on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
To like turn on and off the light 3 times, or 4 times. I don't have that.
I like how you stopped yourself from saying 3 because it didn't work.
Exactly. That's exactly right. But like I do have to. For example, if I've said this before, if I'm in a car and somebody has the radio on with the little digital volumes and it's on 17. I'll either, well, it depends on who. If I don't know the person, I'll just suffer, and it is a suffering. I don't know how to describe it to somebody who doesn't have a similar affliction. It is a suffer. It's not earth shattering to the point where like I'm in pain. It's more of like
Uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Like if you were in a car,
like an itch you can't scratch.
That's very good. Thank you, Chris. You're describing it perfectly.
That's because I have a weird one.
What's yours?
If I'm laying down and then I get up to like get a water or go something or that, and then I come back, I can't lay down in the same direction.
Wait, like so you're in your bed. Oh,
so
meaning like if you're facing towards this wall, then when you come back and lay back down, you have to face the other wall.
And I've tried to do it to where I just like, no, just force you. This is wrong. Just do this. But it feels like, I feel off.
Yeah. Off is a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it. And and look, shout out to the people that have like, I know there's crippling OCD out there. I think that my guess is maybe not most people, but a large amount of people have some form of tic like that. It could be like, I mean, when you think about it, like, do you always put your sock on left and then right a certain way, or shoes or whatever? That could be a mild form.
How you hang the toilet paper. That seems to be a big one for people.
I can tell you in my house how I hang the toilet paper solo. I'm the only one who does it. I am the only one in the house that does it, and that is an ongoing battle in my house. Everyone else, especially my wife and daughter, just put the toilet paper roll on the counter. And then the old toilet paper roll is usually hanging on the toilet paper roll holder from where I eventually put it there. I even installed myself, because I am handy around the house. Thank you, Chris. I even installed instead of, like you take out the core of the toilet paper holder and you got to put it in the middle of the toilet paper and then you got to click one side and click the other in, fit it in. I even took those away. So now it's like a chrome bar that juts out, and all you have to do is you can do it with one hand. You just slide the toilet paper on the little chromey thing, and it's got like a little nook that goes up, so when you're pulling the toilet paper, it doesn't come off. They can't do that. They can't do it. And the way it works in my household, and I don't know if anyone else shares this, is the following. If I do something that my wife does not like, I don't know, leave all my socks on the floor, or I have too many cups of water on my bedside, whatever it may be, right? It's, dude, can you stop doing that? Seriously, because I have to pick them up, or I have to grab it. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. You're right, because I shouldn't be doing that. And I never go, but I want all those cups on my dresser, or I want all those socks. I recognize that though not malicious, it's something I do. It's annoying, especially the person who happens to be cleaning. So I say, yeah, and I try to stop it. My wife, just an example, just things I saw this morning. My wife will come home and she's tired and she'll kick her shoes off. We have this little shoe rack by when you walk in, that you put your shoes on. And sometimes when she's on the couch in the TV room, remember I've said this before, she takes up the main TV in the house, in the living room. She'll kick her socks off at some point during the night. Well, what does that mean? That means that at any given time in our living room, there's 2, 3, 4 pair of her tiny little foot socks that are either there, or generally my dog Gracie will grab them and she plays tug of war with my other dog, Gus. In the downstairs bathroom, she will take off. She has these little earrings she'll wear. There's a pile, I counted this morning, of 7 pairs of earrings that are on the counter. They're on the counter in the downstairs. Not our bathroom, not her side. She has her own sink, her own mirror. They're on the downstairs living room bathroom counter. Now, she'll eventually get them, as she will get the socks. But during the course of the week or whatever, in between cleanings, not the case. And then on top of that, in our bathroom, in our master bedroom, I looked today as I was putting a new roll of toilet paper on, which, by the way, I also, when we buy the toilet paper, put it underneath. We have 3 bathrooms, 36 rolls. That's 12 rolls per bathroom. I'll go and I'll put them, sometimes I'll have a kid do it, put them underneath, so that way, underneath the sink in each bathroom, so that way you're not doing the waddle of shame going down and grabbing them out of the pantry or whatever. Well, I looked and I saw that there was a roll of toilet paper on top of the toilet paper holder with the empty cardboard roll on the toilet. Now, my point is this. If I were to say to Melissa, hey, by the way, can you do something about the earrings on the sink in the bathroom? Also, your socks, like you have 4 pair of socks in the living room where you watch TV, and the dog ends up taking them, and they have tug of war and probably hide them. You probably have a lot of one sock things going on. And then again, like for the 20th time, can we do something? If I were to say that, even if I were to say it, hey, can you do me a favor? You know what ends up happening? Here's my response. Yeah, anything else? What do you mean anything? Well, is there anything else you want to berate me for? Whoa, I'm not berating you. I'm just bringing these things up. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm sorry. And then if it goes too far, then I cross the danger zone like in Ferris Bueller with the thermometer and the fever, where she goes, yeah, well, I'm a crappy wife and a crappy mother. You nailed it. What else? You got me. And then she doesn't talk to me for a day. That's an insight. And all I want is a level playing field. I want the same. I want to be treated how I treat, and vice versa. I want the same rules for me. I'm not asking for special treatment. I want the same rules for her as they are for me, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not what happens. And at some point, I need to, I guess, grow up, become an adult, and realize that that's not the case, at least not in mine or any other marriage I know. And if you're in a marriage or a relationship and it is in fact a level playing field, I would say if you're in a relationship, not marriage, and it's a level playing field, congrats, enjoy it while it lasts, because it will, as a matter of fact, change. Or if you're in a marriage, well, hey, good for you. Seriously. Good for you. TR says Dave's head looks oblong. It is. I have an oval-shaped head, TR. Thank you for noticing. Jason is gone today. Oh, another vacation. Jason's gone today. We actually had fun with a picture of Jason from his old Started with Chris, sending us kind of a collage in the group chat. Taken from Jason's. I
used to Photoshop him a lot.
Yes. And now I'm having fun turning him into stickers that you can put on a text. Jason is, by the way, Jason's in Southern California all week.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
How about Jason, who voluntarily goes down there often? And by the way, is originally from there. Why doesn't he get the LA stink?
Oh, he does.
Does he? Okay. If you started listening to the show a year ago, let's just say, I'm just taking a arbitrary time that's long enough to get used to the show, but not forever. You would think that I'm the LA guy.
He's been to LA more often in the last year.
That's a good question. I think maybe me, but I honestly don't know, because I know he's been there a few times.
You, and then it's Jason, and then it's me.
He's the UCLA fan. Open UCLA, lifelong UCLA fan. He's born in Southern California. And then, like, his vacation today, going to Southern California. Why isn't it Jason loves LA?
He didn't sing it.
I go there. He needs to, then. We need to trap him into doing it. I go there because I am forced to. I go there because my firstborn child is there. I don't go there out of choice. I don't go there because I go, you know what I want? I want gridlock traffic, people everywhere, crazy prices, smog, water stealing. I want all of that. No, I go there because my firstborn child lives there now, and my closest relative on earth lives there, genetically, my sister. So my dad always used to tell us.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah, he'd say, you're never, no matter what you do, no matter who you marry, no matter how many kids you have, you will never have a closer relative than your sister.
Was that said after you did something mean to her?
Always. Always. Yeah. After whatever trouble I got into and I was getting like the sit down, it was, you have to protect your sister. She's your little sister. You have to protect her. She has to be able to trust you. We're not going to be here forever. You're never going to have a relative closer to you. Not your son, not your daughter, not your wife, not your grandkids. Your little sister is the closest relative you will ever have, and it is your job to protect her, even when you're grown-ups.
Yeah, geez.
TR weighing in. Dave, you don't have to go to LA. That's a choice you're making. Well, you know what, TR? You don't have to live. When you really, if you want to put it that way, you're choosing to live every day as we all are. You're making an actual choice to live. You could stop drinking water. You could stop eating. You're choosing it. So therefore, everything in your life, going by your logic, you're choosing to experience. You're making a choice to experience it. So you're not ever allowed to complain, hey, you lost your job? You're choosing that. It's your choice. You're making it. You don't have bills too high. You don't have to pay them. You don't. You're choosing it. Yeah, I'm choosing to go to LA because my child is down there. So yes, by the letter of the law, you're correct. Also, with Jason being gone today and Chris and I here, Chris will, as always, step his game up. But also, Chris likes to do a thing, especially on Friday, where He knows that without Jason here, I'm like, I don't have my whoopee, my binky, I don't have my safe space to pull me back into orbit, which Chris can do one. What Chris likes to do is this. Chris likes to launch me out into orbit and just absolutely encourage it until it's break time. It's all right, we got to go.
Hey, let's see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, exactly. So I would like to ask the audience, as we have usually I write the show. Here's a little behind the scenes. I write the show from 6 to 8 a.m. That's my neck of the woods. Jason writes the show from 8 to 10 a.m. That's why the latter part of the show is generally more professional, and the first 2 hours of the show are generally more eclectic and stupid. Well, I wrote all 4 hours today, and we do have.
You did?
I did. Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Then what's Friday Fun and Games?
Okay, I wrote all until the very end, and by the way, I even wrote in Friday Fun and Games. I was just going to ask you, do we have Friday Fun and Games?
We do.
Sounds good.
And it's a specialty for me.
Oh, is this new?
It's something we've played before.
Okay. So I would like to request from the audience your help in keeping everything on track, which means don't ask me questions on the chat or on the text line at 916-339-1140. They're going to get me off topic. Don't ask me random things, food questions, life questions. Let's say today stick to sports. That's what I say.
Shut up and dribble.
Shut up. Exactly. I would like to shut up and dribble today. I would like to, yes. I would like to shut up and dribble. TR says, how much weight have you lost? Okay, well, now I'll answer that. How much weight have I lost? 14 pounds. My rapidly decreasing weight took a major turn for Super Bowl week. Didn't increase, just kind of leveled off.
Good job.
Dude, it is.
Isn't it so stupid that you work so hard to just lose just a little bit?
Yes.
Incrementally, and you have to work even harder and harder and harder. And then you have one day of just like, I've been pretty good. I could just like, and then like 3 weeks gone.
Have you ever read those things where it's like, to your point, it'll be like a handful of M&Ms is equal to 37 minutes on a treadmill. And like the whole point there is to get to the point where you can look at foods and equate that food with how much exercise you would have to do to burn it off. And I hate that, dude. I'm looking at a pack of M&Ms and I'm thinking, because if you said, hey, you can have these M&Ms, but you have to run an hour on a treadmill or XYZ, I'm like, no, I don't want the M&Ms. But I don't want to think that way. I want the M&Ms. And I know the whole thing is we'll have a caloric deficit. You know, you have to burn more calories than you do. I don't enjoy the people that enjoy exercise. I enjoy exercise as part of an activity. Playing basketball, stuff like that, hiking, whatever. That's cool.
Boxing.
I was thinking about getting one of them little beat boxing things. Have you seen those where it gives you all the games and stuff to play?
That looks like it's just asking to get broken.
Yeah, exactly. And also one of those things that you end up hanging clothes on. I've never not had. I have this. I have no excuse when it comes to equipment. I have the equipment to do the thing. I just need to figure out a way to do it where I'm just either not bored or my boredom is taken over, because maybe I got to, like, riding the bike while a game's on or something. So I have something to distract me, but just sitting there. And I have one of those bikes I've said before where, like, it's got the TV screen in front of you. It's like, oh, we're riding through Borneo today on this 7-mile thing. Follow me. And it's got the little camera. So it looks like it's a POV and you're riding through the Bahamas or some island somewhere. And I appreciate their effort, but I'm still just looking at a screen pedaling in my garage. It's just super boring, dude. And you're so right about how hard it is to lose the weight. Like Matt George is about an inch or so shorter than me. And then he was saying, like, guess my weight yesterday. And when he and granted, Matt is a toothpick. But it's also like, Jesus, that's a significant amount of weight loss.
And he just eats Doritos and Mountain Dew.
He eats like a 6. And by the way, we've all been there. It will catch up unless he's just one of those freaks. But generally, it ends up catching up. I could not put on weight in my early 20s. I couldn't freaking do it, dude. No, it did. I couldn't put on weight. I was always thin. And then, life happens. And then, oh, hey, look, I got a little belly. How cool is that? I've never had a belly before. That's cute. That's funny. Little belly. And then 3 years later, and I'm watching TV and I'm actually resting my bowl of cereal on my belly in bed while watching TV. I'm using my belly as a shelf. And then you got to work it off. So, yeah, it's going to take a bit of a curveball this next week because the place Melissa and I are, the part of the world we are going to for our little time off next week. And just a reminder, everybody, the reason why is Monday's a holiday, President's Day. Nobody will be here. Well, maybe somebody will be here, but no live shows as I understand.
I don't think anybody will be here.
No, not even running boards or anything.
Nope.
Oh, good.
No games?
Good. But I'm going to the home of my favorite food in the world, man, Mexican food. There's no way to eat healthy in Mexico. I mean, there is, I'm sure.
Why would you want to?
That's what I'm saying, right? A lot of sodium, lot of chip, a lot of tortilla. I guess you could go down there and be like, I'll have the al pastor, no tortilla, please. Just the salsas. But what is the point of that? And I'm going to come back and absolutely be red and full of bites. The mosquitoes always beat me down there, dude. It doesn't matter what I put on, what I spray on. The no-see-ums, as they call them, absolutely destroy me. From the 209, Melissa got pregnant, you gained the weight. Yeah, twice. That's exactly when I started gaining weight because I was eating. I mean, truly, she wanted her Del Taco every night after the night show, and I get it. And, of course, I get what I wanted. What better way to gain weight than to eat a spicy chicken jack quesadilla, 2 big fat chicken soft tacos, a large french fries, and a cherry Coke right before you go to bed at around 1 a.m. because your night show is 9 to midnight. That's a great way to get fat. And then her thing was she got to instantly lose 7 pounds, 6 ounces when she gave birth. And then, of course, she gets on this whole, get in shape girl thing where my wife was back to her pre-pregnancy weight. It was like maybe a month or two after it was ridiculous how well she bounced back. Meanwhile, I'm over in the corner like, feed, eating with the kids.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy.
He was. All right, finally. I told you guys not to ask. All right, I'll answer these questions during this portion of the show, which we have one more minute. Favorite memory from the night show you can share on the air? That would take some time. Like, we do top 5 favorite things from the night show. I've never thought of that. I have favorite memories. I've actually never thought of ranking them or picking a favorite.
One of mine is when you got it's
gonna be bad.
What was it? When you got Sean so angry. I can't remember what you got him angry with, but you got him so upset that he had a highlighter in his pen, threw it up against the wall, it exploded, and he cussed at the same time. So then he was angry that he cussed, and then he had to dump it out.
Sadly, it's one of those can you be
I
more
think it was
specific?
a video game. I think it was something dumb
we
like
were
that.
arguing about a video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean and I would get in a few. I'll have to think about that. I will say this. My favorite part about the night show is more about the fact that 80% of the night show you could not do today. I don't think there's anything like that in radio anymore where you basically have free range to do whatever you want as long as you don't lose the license. And I think we came close a couple times. It was the perfect time in life single, still, mid-20s, early 20s, whatever it was, late 20s. Actually social. Going to Players, going to Bislas, and the time of day, too, 9 to midnight. Man, we had the old school. Steven, Patrick from Davis. Oh, my goodness. Those were, those were some, that was like radio, it was like college radio. It really, really was. Not this, though. These are the mornings. We have commercials, we have sponsors, we have jobs to do, and we will do them. Super happy you're all with us today. It's going to be a fun Friday getaway day program. And here's what we got laid out for you. Sean the Turtle Cunningham is going to join us at 8:28. I haven't gotten to speak to him in a while. Adam Silver laid down some of the law yesterday. I don't drink or do any mind-bending stuff, but it's kind of like I was a little out there last night because I'm trying to solve tanking, and I have a really self-admittedly crazy idea I want to run by you guys. We got a lot of stuff. When are the Niners going to open their new season? ESPN and the Super Bowl. All the stuff we're going to knock out for you on a Friday. So happy you're with us. Stay tuned. When we come back, NBA teams in trouble next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown, 49ers!
Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection. Plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers. the #1 wiper blades in America.
Valentine's Day is coming fast. Don't miss it. At Gazetta Jewelers, it's all about personalized service, expert craftsmanship, and relationships that last. From timeless diamonds to meaningful custom pieces, find a gift that tells your love story. Whether you're 5 or 50, everyone deserves a Valentine's Day. Shop in-store or anytime at GazettaJewelers.com. This Valentine's Day, don't forget your sweetheart. Gazetta Jewelers. Love made personal. GazettaJewelers.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sac-Town Sports.
Memories pouring in from folk. It does surprise me how many people. That show ended in 2010? I think it ran from 05, 06 to 2010. The amount of people that still are around that remember our hijinks. Yes, Ron Artest was definitely the summer of Artest when Ron came in 3 to 4 nights a week for the entire show.
Tells you how long ago. Didn't Ron Artest spoil a Marvel? I want to say it was.
Did he?
I want to say Iron Man came out, and he's just oh, stay to the end. The Hulk shows up, and people are like, "What?"
Ron, yeah, and Ron, I will always love Ron Artest. I have always been. I don't know if attracted is the proper word here. I have always been, as a radio host, attracted to folk that are generally misunderstood. Got along very well with Ron Artest. Eventually got along really well with DeMarcus Cousins after a long time of very much not getting along with DeMarcus Cousins and him yelling at me a lot. Ron, remember, was coming off of the Malice in the Palace, and he came to Sacramento and did not have the best reputation. More like, you're getting punished. You're going to Sacramento. You're replacing Peja Stojakovic, a franchise icon. And it all started with, hey, would you like Ron to come? Ron's promoting. I don't know what the hell he was promoting. I honestly don't remember anymore, but something. Probably his rap album. Would you like him to come in? Yeah, absolutely. Are you freaking kidding me? So Ron came in at 9:30, and he had one of them. Might have been Chris Clark or Devin Blankenship or one of the Kings PR guys. It was very official. He had 3 people with him. He came in. He was supposed to be there for 15 minutes. He was there for 45 minutes. And then we ended up talking during the break, and I was like, Ron, anytime you want to come in, you're more than welcome. He thanked me. I said, Ron, anytime you want to come in, doors open. He goes, and I'll never forget. He turned around and he goes, really? I was like, yeah. He goes, hey, here's my number. Send me a text so I have your number. Okay, no problem. That was on a Friday. I get a text from him on Sunday. Hey, we're off tomorrow night. Any chance I can come in? I go, yeah, no problem. When do you want to come in? Oh, what time are you on? I'm on 9 to midnight. All right. Can you send me the address? I'll text you when I'm on the way. Okay, no problem. And like at 9:15 that Monday, Sean says, dude, Ron Artest is at the door. No notice, no text. Ron just drove from, I think he was living in Loomis, and the station was on near Madison and 80. Drove from Loomis by himself. He was in a tank top and Mountain Dew colored workout shorts and slippers. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about like house slippers. And he shows up and he stayed till midnight. And then we'd all talk outside from like 12 to 12:30. It's like, oh man, that was super cool. Thanks for coming in. Cool. What are you guys doing tomorrow night? I said, Ron, we're here every night. That was the end of the. That's right. That was the end of the season because he came in. What followed was, I think that was late May, early June, and he ended up coming in almost every single night. Usually for all 3 hours, to the point where sometimes he'd get there before 9. And it got to the point where I found out that, well, he was having a lot of fun, telling stories, taking phone calls. That's where Sam Amick said I had a cushy poker player's build right after we had the kids. And Ron was, this is all public now. I don't think he'd mind me sharing. Ron was having marital issues. And one of the issues was he liked to, decompress, go to a club, listen to some music, get out of the house. And that was not something his wife enjoyed him doing. So what he figured out is he could come into the radio station, hang out, have some peace and quiet, laugh with the guys. And anytime his wife wanted to know where he was, she could just turn on the station, and there he was. So it got to the point where we found out what he liked. Could never do this today. And we had in the back of the radio station fridge, we had a couple bottles of Malibu and some juices because he would come in and make a couple of, he wouldn't get hammered. He would just come in, sip on a drink or two, and shoot the you-know-what. And yes, a lot of you, I've noticed many of you are referencing one of his famous stories. Was when he had an assistant. I forget her name, but she might have been 5'3", a tiny, tiny thing. And it was at his house. He had this big house in Loomis with acreage, and he was out in the back doing whatever. I don't know if he was riding a go-kart or doing whatever Ron did. Ron was 12 years old in a 28-year-old's body. And he comes in screaming at his assistant. This is all verified by her, by the way, that she needed to do something or call somebody because there were snake eggs all over the backyard. And he's petrified of snakes. You need to go check, take a photo, send it to whoever, get animal control out here. There's snake eggs, big brown snake eggs in the backyard. Yeah, Chris is shivering. So this poor girl goes out to take pictures to send them to animal control and promptly realizes 5 seconds in, they're mushrooms, Ron. They're not snake eggs. I understand they can look like snake eggs. They're mushrooms, Ron. Or the time he was in Jamaica on vacation and his jet ski got away from him. And he was doggy paddling, thinking this was it. And then all of a sudden, apparently one of the locals came jamming over on his jet ski screaming, True Warrior, because that was Ron's rap nickname. That apparently recognized Ron, called him by his rap name, and brought him and his wife to safety. I kind of called BS on that one. Maybe I'm wrong. I just have a hard time believing that they would know him as True Warrior down there. Good morning, John.
Carmichael Dave.
Yeah, hi, John.
I just want to thank you. I've got blindness from glaucoma, and your show and my Pancake Circus helps me through Monday through Friday. Very nice, and I appreciate it.
Hey, John, can I tell you that's like absolutely, I'm being dead serious here. That is the best compliment you could possibly give me, Chris, Jason. Those are the compliments that stop me in my tracks because it's why we do it. And you mentioned, did you say Pancake Circus?
Yeah, on Broadway 21st.
I didn't know. Is that still open? Wow.
Heck yeah. They know me. I get the waitresses know how to pour my coffee for me so I don't spill it. If I fold my arms, they know I'm out of coffee.
That's fantastic.
I can't read a menu, so they help me. And I have a caretaker, and she takes me, and and listens to your show. She gets here around 11 or so. So I get your show, and then I get my Pancake Circus, and it's the start of a great day. And hey, it's great times, baby.
Hey, great times, John.
It's my little community there.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. You're always welcome. You're always welcome, and I'll be thinking about you doing this show. Thank you for the amazing compliment.
Hey,
yeah,
and you're welcome at Pancake Circus anytime. Well, until 2 p.m. That's when they close.
That's when they close. John, we'll have to do that. That's actually that is actually something I would do. I'd love to have pancakes at Pancake Circus with you. Legitimately.
All right.
We'll make it happen.
I told you where I am. You don't have to find me because I can't guarantee a time, but between 11 and 2 is usually when I'm there.
Between 11 and 2.
Well, usually around 11:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll walk around.
Right.
I'll look for you, John.
I usually shoot for the counter in front of the cooks.
Okay.
So I can give them my request or whatever.
Perfect.
Where's my cream of mushroom soup? All right. Have a good day, Dave.
You too, John. Take care. That's great. That's awesome. That's honestly the best compliment ever. We'll take a quick break. We'll get on track when we get back. We'll go around the NBA. Let's get into this Adam Silver thing. Your texts. We're having a goofy Friday, but it's all in fun. It's the All-Star break right here on Sactown Sports.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy. You could do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes.
Even poolside like Drewski, you can switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
Now I get all the VIP perks.
Start saving from day one, and for a limited time, get T-Mobile's Better Value Plan.
I know you love deals.
Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800. What do you think of all that, Drewski?
Stay chillin', just switch it. It's better over here.
Check the math at T-Mobile.com/better value. Savings versus comparable plans at AT&T and Verizon, plus the cost of optional benefits. Plan features and taxes and fees vary. With 3+ lines of Better Value Plan. 3+ new lines and 2 eligible ports, or 3+ lines and 5+ years on T-Mobile postpaid plan required. Qualifying credit required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Get up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid card. Typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC.
This President's Day sell-a-thon, your California Ford dealers are celebrating with savings. Now through February 16th, the award-winning Ford lineup moves those who move the nation. For a limited time, get the biggest deals on an incredible selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks. Like the Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Or the adventure-ready Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, with GOAT modes that go over any type of terrain for the great outdoors. And check out the iconic Ford Mustang and its exhilarating performance. To the ones who keep America moving, these President's Day sell-a-thon deals are for you, and it's your chance to save on your brand new Ford vehicle. Hurry in today to your local California Ford dealer. The President's Day sell-a-thon ends February 16th. Based on S&P Global Mobility 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com. A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports.
Yeah, maybe later. A lot of requests for me to, weirdly, God, the things you guys remember and pick up on, to tell the Don Geronimo Dana White story. Maybe I'll do that later. That was awkward for all involved. That was Don, man. That was Don Geronimo. All right, look. Adam Silver has dropped the first salvo in the anti-taking world. $500,000 fine to the Jazz, $100,000 to the Pacers, with the league saying both teams sat healthy players. Quote, overt behavior like this that prioritizes draft position over winning undermines the foundation of NBA competition, and we will respond accordingly to any further actions that compromise the integrity of our games. Additionally, we are working with our competition committee and board of governors to implement further measures to root out this type of conduct. Shams Charania reporting there's conversations about having some sort of a tournament amongst the have-nots that don't make the playoffs to set draft order. At 7:28, I'm going to give you my absolutely insane solution that will never work to end tanking, but what I'm hoping is that as we have this conversation, we can throw seeds of an idea out that maybe get tweaked into something else. The problem with The problem with tying performance in a positive way to lottery odds is the assumption that you're going to get athletes to care about draft picks. They do not. They don't. They never will. It's competition, dude. It's them or their friends having their jobs taken. They're never going to care.
And that isn't to fix tanking. That's to make more money.
Yes, you're right, which is what it's all about. Now, I said this yesterday before this. It's actually great timing. Makes me look super smart. It was just lucky. But I said this yesterday, or maybe I said it the night before, actually, that Utah was going to get in the crosshairs, not for tanking, but because for how they were tanking. And the reason is they're pissing off the casinos. They're pissing off the sports books. If the Sacramento Kings say that Levine and DeRozan and this and that and the whatever and the whatever and the whatever, then the books can adjust accordingly. Now, I understand that in live betting situations, there's differences, and the real hardcore gambler is going to be able to defeat this. But when you are winning a game or losing a game, depending on what the line is, what the over-under is, whatever's going on, and in game you sit players that could play, that's a problem. That's going to upset your gamblers. And sadly enough, that is what the NBA will listen to. This is the one league that will listen to their betting partners, and they will listen to social media. As Sam Amick said yesterday, there's this running joke, which isn't really a joke, that if you want something changed in the NBA, just tweet about it enough. Now, this did not sit well with Ryan Smith, the owner of the Utah Jazz. He went to social media and he said, agree to disagree. Also, we won the game in Miami and got fined. That makes sense. And he has a point. Not to mention the fact that Jaren Jackson Jr., they discovered a benign, non-cancerous, but still tumor in I think his knee, and he's going to have surgery now. And the response was, these guys are on minutes restrictions. There's a very, very slippery slope. And I think I know Utah Jazz fans are getting very sensitive about this. Why are we being singled out? Why are we being singled out when so many other teams are also tanking? One report said that because of the protections on Utah's picks, meaning the higher it is, the more it's protected, if it's not a certain height in the draft, Oklahoma City gets it. And that Sam Presti is working the phones and contacts behind the scenes saying, guys, they're messing with our protections here. And now that's creating a whole thing. The Pacers, according to the NBA, violated the player participation policy against the Jazz on February 3rd. A league investigation found that Pascal Siakam and two other Pacers starters who sat out the game could have played under the medical standard in the policy, including playing reduced minutes, which, by the way, that's what Markkanen and Jaren Jackson did. They played reduced minutes. Alternatively, the team could have held the players out of other games in a way that would have been better promoted compliance with the policy. Now, that's a very interesting sentence there. Listen up. Alternatively, the team could have held the players out of other games in a way that would have better promoted compliance with the policy, the player participation policy. Read into that sentence. It's not that you're tanking. It's not that you're reducing minutes or pulling players. It's that you're not doing it according to the policy. Why does the policy exist? It's the same reason the injury report exists in the NFL. so that the casinos can adjust their lines accordingly so they don't take a bath and gamblers can adjust based on the lines. So do not be fooled in thinking that this is about the integrity of the game when it comes to draft picks, winning championships, players playing when they're getting paid to do so. No. This is about protecting gambling, which has now infiltrated the league. All the leagues. They're in bed with them now. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. And this is something I suspect David Stern would never have allowed. It's a lot of money. Adam Silver's making a ton of money for the owners, who he works for. But this is part and parcel of the issue itself when gambling infiltrates. I'm not anti-gambling. You want to gamble, go ahead. If you're anti-gambling, I need you to also be anti-stock market. I need you to be anti any sort of prospecting for cash. It is absolutely stupid that in California, I can go on my Robinhood app right now and I can go invest $10,000, $1,000, whatever in Tesla, Microsoft, whatever it is. But I can't put money and bet on a sporting event in which I know 1,000 times more than I do the breakdown of Facebook, Meta, excuse me. I know what a PE ratio is, but not as much as I know what a legal defense is or an ATO. So I would say there is hypocrisy all over the place. It is a fine mess the NBA has itself in. And coming up at 7:28, I'm going to throw out the solution that you can all throw tomatoes at and laugh at. We'll take a break. When we come back, De'Aaron Fox is an all-star. Baseball adding yet another adjustment next year. And ESPN Super Bowl coverage. It already started. Yeah, we'll talk about all that next.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at SactownSports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sacktown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's cracking? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell us what's happening for Ram Truck Month.
Well, there's no better time to get a Ram than Ram Truck Month. Right now, save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. Or save big when you take advantage of the $7,000 Hoblet discount and get 0% financing for 60 months. You'll save thousands in finance charges on top of the huge Hoblet discount.
Yeah, I can't even believe 0% financing financing is an option at the moment.
It's not an easy thing to find nowadays, but we're always looking to help you save money. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, you can save big on your perfect Ram. At Hoblet, we focus on you and helping you get the Ram you need.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 8,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,000 select inventory bonus cash on select inventory, 1,000 SFS bonus cash, must finance through Stellantis, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. Private net savings, see dealer for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The Sacramento Kings are bringing fans one of the best ticket deals of the season. Now through February 16th, get tickets to any Kings game with no fees. Catch must-see matchups against the Warriors, Spurs, Bulls, and more, plus fun theme nights like Girls Night Out, Y2K Night, and Slamson's birthday. And you won't want to miss your chance to see your favorite Kings players take the court, like exciting rookies Maxime Reynaud and Neat Clifford. Head to kings.com/no fees today and grab tickets to any game with no added fees.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sac-Town Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Hour number 2. Jason off today. He'll be back Tuesday. Remember, Monday's a holiday. As always, we are a family here on the program. I see in the chat. Stats916 has been a listener for a long time. He's asking for thoughts from everyone. He's going through a divorce, 15-year marriage, can't afford the house, works under the table. No pay stubs to get an apartment, stuck renting a room. 3 kids. Yeah, that's tough, dude. I could give you the whole standard, it could be worse, and it could, but that doesn't, you lose an arm, somebody else is going to say they lost their legs. It doesn't make your arm feel better. I understand that. If I remember correctly, I think I've seen you on Twitter before. If you are on Twitter, my DMs are always open. Send me a DM. We'll see if I can help you, but I can't do it with the radio station because of legal stuff. But maybe I can help you out, or at least like to know if I could facilitate something. So shoot me a DM if you're on Twitter. Would love to know what's going on and see if there's anything we can do. And by we, I mean me. No, not involving anyone else. And thinking of you, dude. It'll get better. Trust me. No, okay, don't trust me. It might get worse, and then it's my fault. But I think it'll get better. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
De'Aaron Fox was named an All-Star as an injury replacement. Are you happy for him, or does it sting?
I'm noticing on the YouTube it's a close-up because Jason's not here, and I have these 2 creases going down 2 sides of my forehead, and I'm trying to figure out, are those wrinkles, or is that just because I'm always furrowing my brow? And if so, how do I get rid of that? I'm not doing, like, stretchy plastic surgery or nothing, but what if there's exercises? Also, I love the idea of us all going to Pancake Circus and hanging out with John as our...
I've never been to Pancake Circus.
Isn't that in your world? Broadway? Isn't that kind of around where you're at?
No, that's just where my posse is.
Oh, your posse is on Broadway. I forgot. De'Aaron Fox is an injury replacement, but he becomes an All-Star, I believe, for the 2nd time. And the question Chris asked is, does it sting, or are you happy for him? And my answer is yes. Yeah, of course I'm happy for him. On one hand, he gave it, and again, here we go. He gave it the old college try here for 7+ years. He's played the second most.
And he went to the All-Star game and didn't try at all.
No, that's right. He has the second most. He was just on the verge of breaking Jason Thompson's record for most games played in Sacramento. So he played. He was here, and he was an integral part of maybe the most fun year the Kings have had since the 2002 days. He took a bet on the Spurs. When I say a bet, I mean it was in retrospect, we can go, yeah, you went and played with Victor Wembanyama, big bet. But Wemby's missed some games. They've done some other things. And again, you're talking to the guy who picked the Spurs as the team to click this year. But again, I didn't think the Kings would be this bad, and I didn't think the Spurs would be this good. I thought the Spurs would I said they'd be a top 6 team. They're now a legitimate title contender. And I think they're the 4th favorite to win the whole thing this year in the odds I just saw. And Fox has been a big part of that, along with Castle and along with Devin Vassell and along with the new kid, Harper, and obviously Victor Wembanyama. He makes the All-Star team. Good for him. He got out of here, and while this team has fallen off an absolute cliff, not just because he's gone, but in part because he's gone, he saw it coming, and he outsmarted the system. He and Rich Paul. And they're in San Antonio now, competing for titles and making all-star games and having max contracts. He won. They're in every aspect of the problem. De'Aaron Fox won. He
Even
won.
when they trade him to Milwaukee next season?
Hey, I don't know what's going to happen. But I know that right now he's a big fat winner. He is an all-star. He's going to be relevant in the postseason. He's making max money. He's living in his home state. He's not paying state taxes. Anyone who says De'Aaron Fox did not win this, you got dark purple glasses on. However, of course it stings. I don't care that he won. I would like the Sacramento Kings to win. I would like to be walking this earth someday. And I would like to read an article or watch Shams Charania report or whomever that X and Y NBA players that are really good are trying to force their way to Sacramento. That they want to leave some other team because they want to come to That's their, when they release their trade destinations, Sacramento is at the top of the list.
I mean, it didn't work, but can't you say that about DeRozan?
Yeah, DeRozan came here of his own free will. But when you look at, and let's not forget either, on a much smaller scale, in the 02 era, much of the, not the Webbers, not the Pages, not the Bibbies, the Jay Wills, the Dougs. Remember, they were all forced to come here, either through draft or trade, with the exception of Vlade Divac, who signed as a free agent. But let's not do revisionist history. We were at best Vlade Divac's third choice. His first choice was, of course, the Lakers. They did not have the room. His second choice was the Clippers. He wanted to stay in Southern California. He lives in Pacific Palisades. Wanted to be nearer his family. The Clippers, it didn't work out. I don't know if he ever talked to the Warriors or not. Next time I see him, I'll ask him, because I honestly don't know.
There's no way.
I don't think he did either. But I got to ask.
And all you 20-year-olds out there, the Warriors were a bigger joke than the Kings.
Yes, they were. Back in 2000, yes, they were. So Vlade chose the Kings as his third choice because he was probably down to either Sacramento, Golden State, or Phoenix. But he chose us, and obviously he's glad he did. Chris Webber was forced to come here through trade and was literally crying on the plane coming here, and his dad had to tell him to shut up and go to work. Peja Stojakovic was drafted here and was so excited about coming here, he sat out 2 years. That's because he was too young and his dad, but still. Doug Christie was traded from Toronto to here. Again, forced. Jason Williams was drafted here, number 7, forced, and then traded for Mike Bibby, forced. None of these guys had a choice. But then Scott Pollard came here, and Jimmy Jackson came here, and Bobby Jackson came here, and had chances. And some of those may have been forced. I don't remember every transaction, but this became, I think I said John Barry, this became a place to rehabilitate careers, and a lot of guys made a lot of money by coming here, either through staying here or going elsewhere. I would like someday for players to come here without being forced to. And Chris brings up DeMar DeRozan. I don't know this for sure, but I'm relatively certain that in addition to the Beam Team year, in addition to it looking like this would be a good place to play and be relevant, I'm pretty sure the Kings offered DeMar DeRozan more money than anyone else. He's also an LA guy. I got to think geography helped there as well. But when you look at the signing of Vlade Divac in 1999 and the signing of DeMar DeRozan in, I think, 2024, that is 25 years separating those two. And the absolute sad fact is those are the two best unrestricted free agents the Sacramento Kings have ever signed. And in between those, you had the George Hills of the worlds, the over the hills, no disrespect, Zach Randolphs and Vince Carters. So I get it with De'Aaron Fox.
What about Brad Miller?
Brad was acquired via trade and then chose to re-sign here.
But wasn't that a sign and trade? I thought he was a sign and trade.
How was he acquired? I know that at one point he could have left, and he chose to stay here. And obviously he's still here. As a matter of fact, I talked to him over the weekend. We were texting. He's going to come on and talk Sac State here in a couple weeks. Brad Miller, I always get this one wrong. Acquired by Sacramento. Let's see. Brad Miller was acquired by the Sacramento Kings in a 3-team trade, July 24th, 2003. The Kings dealt Scott Pollard to the Pacers, traded Hedo to the Spurs, and received Miller from the Pacers. And yeah, here we go. It was a sign. You're right. It was a sign and trade. Bradley Allen Miller. That's funny. He was signed to a multi-year deal by Indiana and then traded to the Kings in exchange for Scott Pollard. So it was a sign and trade, but also he was traded. Now, obviously, he had to have a hand in that, and what a great time to be a part of the Sacramento Kings when he got here in 2003, and then it just kind of, maybe it's Brad's fault, kind of went downhill from there. Yes, I'm happy for De'Aaron Fox. Also, it stings, and screw De'Aaron Fox. If both of those things if both of those things can be true. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Baseball has finalized its balls and strikes replay system for next season. Your thoughts?
I like this. I've wanted them to do it for a long time. I just wish they weren't. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of, they're calling it ABS, which I thought was breaks. Automated Ball Strike Challenge System. It'll debut on opening day. And, for example, you get 2 allotted challenges in the first 9 innings. Teams will always have at least 1 challenge in extra innings. So if you go into extra innings, you don't have a challenge, you get 1 challenge for every inning it's in extras. Okay, so if it goes to 11 innings, you're going to get 1 in the 10th and 1 in the 11th. If you have, let's say, both your challenges going into the extra innings, now you'll have, I believe, 3 to work with. The challenges do not accumulate, though, if not used. So you're never going to have more than 1 challenge per extra inning unless you entered the extra innings again with 2 challenges. Umpires will be given discretion on plays that happen on the bases. So, for example, the outcome of stolen base is likely to stand no matter the outcome of the challenge, with the lone exception coming on a ball 4 or a strike 3 call. But if the umpire deems that, quote, player behavior has been impacted, for example, if the catcher stops playing because he hears ball 4 and the call is overturned, he might send the runner back to his original base and the stolen base won't count. So it's definitely a place you want some ambiguity because nobody's going to argue that at all this year. A pitch may not be challenged if a position player is pitching. I do like this.
So it's like a mercy roll, basically.
I think it is, yes. The league is measuring the standing height of each player to determine their individual strike zone. I love that. That's something that I've said before. They're a really good friend of mine. I think he just retired actually a year ago, but was an umpire in the league for like 23 years. And so we would play golf a lot together. And one of the things he would always tell me that kind of screws the umpires is that the strike zone you see on TV, the overlay, when they started doing that, really screwed the umps because it's not exacting to the player's height. In other words, Aaron Judge and who's the short guy on the Astros, Jose Altuve, they're not going to have the same strike zone overlay, but it's not going to be measured exactly. So what happens is a viewer will see a ball land within the strike zone overlay on television, be like, why didn't you call that? And in many cases, especially the closer it is, it wasn't a strike as per the rules, but they didn't change the overlay. I like this. Each player has their own strike zone based on how tall they are. You can have a ball and strike call challenge and a video replay challenge occurring on the same play. If that happens, the ball strike call will be adjudicated first, followed by the video replay. Also, and I like this too, the league announced a tweak to its obstruction rule. A runner who initiates contact with a fielder with the intent to draw an obstruction call will be automatically called out. This will often occur in rundowns when a base runner purposely runs into a fielder hoping to be declared safe due to obstruction. Umpires have now been told to ignore such attempts and instead call the runner out. Also, owners voted to enforce a rule which requires base coaches to remain in their respective boxes until a pitch is delivered. How about just remaining in the boxes the whole time? Chris, I saw you shaking your head at a couple of things. You do not like the balls and strikes replay?
No, they've got the technology to just call balls and strikes.
Oh, you just want robo-umps.
Yeah, why are we doing this whole challenge thing? And it's like, it's going to take longer to challenge a call than if you just have a machine saying balls and strikes.
I haven't seen it in play in Major League Baseball, so that's my caveat. But what I am hoping is it is basically exactly like they do in tennis. Tennis has it down, man. Tennis has it absolutely down. Guy hits a shot. It's near the line. Player basically raises his hand for a challenge. While during the time in between the end of the point and the start of the new point, they show a big graphic on screen in the arena and on television, shows exactly where the ball went. There's no ambiguity, dude. It's in or it's out. Everybody sees it. We move on. There's no time lost. I'm hoping in this case the pitch happens. I know in the minor leagues, I think it was, the player taps his helmet. While he's outside the box taking a couple of practice swings, the big graphic shows on the scoreboard and on television at home. You see where it was. It's green or red. Strike, ball, upheld, overturned. You're right back to it. Understanding that they don't have robo-umps right now, and that's a different conversation, I like this. But my problem is, why do you only get 2?
Because I think that they know.
It's going to take time?
No, they know that, like, you could do it on almost every close pitch.
And I'm fine with them doing it. I don't want that. Look, I don't want it done every pitch, but I feel like I would almost rather. Here's the other thing. A team has 2 challenges before extra innings. So now all of a sudden the player does not have the ability to call for the challenge. The player has to look into the dugout and get permission for the challenge, or the manager has to do the challenge. And they got to do their thing like Doug and his crew where they're trying to figure out whether or not to challenge a play. It's just going to take longer. How about you give every single player, every batter, you give them 1 challenge. And if they get the challenge right, that challenge carries over. And that way it's on the players. And if you're out of challenges, you're out of challenges. So, for example, you're at bat, second inning, you challenge. Your challenge is upheld. You hold your challenge. You challenge in the second inning and it's overturned. You no longer get a challenge. And it's on each player who's at the plate to make the challenge. And it's completely off the manager and the coaches. No replays, nothing in the dugout, none of that crap.
Yeah, offense is going off, too, if I challenge in the first inning and then challenge again in the second inning.
The offense is what? Oh,
going
yeah,
on.
great point. I would rather, that's the one thing I don't like. And again, if it's that, I know there's some people out there probably rolling their eyes going, dude, the game's going to take 4 hours. No, not if it's set up this way. Again, a player can challenge a ball or a strike by tapping their head. And as they step out of the box and they're taking a couple of practice swings, by the time they get back in the box and the pitcher gets set, you should have that challenge adjudicated. And if they challenge it and they're correct, they keep that challenge. Does that mean that potentially a player could challenge 8 strike calls and get them all? Yes. And if that's the case, good. Well, bad on the umpire. You need to call balls and strikes better. But I'm fine with that. It's like in the NFL. I don't like limits on challenges other than if you get them wrong. But in my opinion, if you're in the NFL, somebody throws a red challenge flag and it's upheld, why would you possibly lose your challenge? That's on the refs. Make them better. If I win the challenge, I should not lose my challenge. I should be able to challenge 1,000 times. That means the refs made 1,000 bad calls, and we got it right. So I would tweak that. Everything else I'm fine with. And yes, I tend to be a baseball purist, but also they're actually doing some good things with the pitch clock and all that stuff, and I'm fine with this. They don't want robo umps. Some of us want robo umps. This might be a good marriage between that and replay. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
ESPN will have the Super Bowl next year for the first time and are adopting a year-round lead-up to the event. How will this land?
Look, it'll land fine. It's going to be weird, the fact that I actually had to go back and check. So ESPN's going to broadcast the Super Bowl, which is it's not crazy, but it's crazy when you think about it. Like, the Super Bowl is going to be on cable. Well, everybody has cable now. But on top of that, ABC will be simulcasting it, but it's going to be the companion broadcast. You're going to have the main feed on ESPN. You're going to have the alternate feed on ABC. Excuse me. And you're going to have a Manning cast in there as well. You're probably going to have a Pat McAfee somewhere. So you're going to have all these different ways you could watch the game. And you know what? I'm cool with that, man. I am cool with that. I think you should have the main broadcast with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on ESPN. You should have the alternate cast with, like, I don't know, a bunch of ex-players and a host or whatever they do with all the stats and overlays. Put that on ABC. You should have the Manning cast if you want to watch it with them and their guests having a Super Bowl party and talking football. Sweet. Pat McAfee on ESPN2 doing his Pat McAfee stuff. Awesome. And because it's an ESPN property, Disney Channel has the Nickelodeon version with the slime and all that stuff. And by the way, would it be too much to ask to put on one at like ESPNU, Classic, whatever? Would it be too much to ask for just, can I also have an option of getting a Super Bowl feed that has no announcers, only natural sound, like I'm at the freaking game? Angles, stats on the screen, no problem. But no, I sometimes I like that. I do like announcers, but sometimes it's nice. It's almost like you're at the game. You just watch. Like at those Cosm indoor theaters. You just watch, and there's no, anytime somebody goes to a game, there's no play-by-play guy. There's no analyst. You're just watching the game, and you know what? You enjoy it. You actually pay to watch that version by buying tickets. And then when you sit at home, you get the announcer version. Well, screw it. Just put a camera at the 50-yard line and give us replays. It will land just fine because it's the NFL and it's the Super Bowl, and because the Hall of Fame game gets better numbers than pretty much any NBA game or Major League Baseball game outside the World Series or the finals, and that game sucks. Anything NFL is NFL, and I was looking at some of the programming they're doing, like past Super Bowl greats and best games, this, that. It's fine. That you can't really have too much NFL content, and the best thing is, if you think you can have too much NFL content, you don't have to watch. We'll take a break. Hey, Stats, I see your direct message. Thanks for following through. I'll reply to you after the show, my man. We'll take a break. When we come back, all right, look, I thought about this last night. I spit it all out. I don't think this is the solution to tanking, but I'm wondering if we can all tweak it a bit and get to a solution to tanking, or at least something better than what we currently have. We'll take a break. I do want your opinions on this next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com.
This President's Day sell-a-thon, your California Ford dealers are celebrating with savings. Now through February 16th, the award-winning Ford lineup moves those who move the nation. For a limited time, get the biggest deals on an incredible selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks. Like the Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Or the adventure-ready Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, with GOAT modes that go over any type of terrain for the great outdoors. And check out the iconic Ford Mustang and its exhilarating performance. To the ones who keep America moving, these President's Day sell-a-thon deals are for you, and it's your chance to save on your brand new Ford vehicle. Hurry in today to your local California Ford dealer. The President's Day sell-a-thon ends February 16th. Based on S&P Global Mobility 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
In the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Everyone's talking about tanking. It's not new. It's not a new conversation. Adam Silver's going to have himself a hell of a press conference this weekend. And the thing is about, in this day and age, the way these things are kind of handled is you throw things out there and everyone's kind of sitting back with their arms crossed, and it's always like, that's stupid. What an idiot. And I say that because I am stupid and I am an idiot, but the only way you solve issues is by having an open conversation. And why have the NBA do all the heavy lifting and not have a say? Why not have all the minds? Look, there's smart people out there. Everybody talk about it. Everybody work on the problem together. There's no perfect solution. People talk about, and I'm just speaking in the NBA parameters, people talk about having a tournament for the non-playoff teams and setting the draft order that way. Again, it's like an in-season tournament. It doesn't work. Players don't care. They don't care about a draft pick. That's not in their minds. We'd like to think that, a player on a bad team's going, man, if we could bring that guy in, we could really win. And that guy's like, well, that's competition. Well, what if it's my position? What if it's my buddy's position? He takes his job. This guy gets traded. His kids are going to school. They're the human beings in this whole thing. Yeah, they want to win. But also, it's very difficult, I think, for a professional athlete to say they need help in winning. There's 50 different ways that won't work. Now, we've talked about this before. There is one absolutely foolproof method in which tanking does not exist. Like football, for example, has, no lottery. It's just inverse order. Baseball, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. And one player, good luck. That is a real crapshoot. But in the NBA, one player is 20% of the lineup on the floor at any time and can make a massive difference. This is the first year in Nikola Jokic's career that he will be playing with a teammate on an all-star team in Jamal Murray. You don't need to have a ton of all-stars. You need the guy. And when you look at almost every NBA champion, they have the guy and then guys built around him. There's one foolproof way to prevent tanking. And that's promotion and relegation. Now, before you roll your eyes, I agree. It can't work over here. They do that over in soccer in Europe. And it's amazing because, like Premier League, for example, I'll use Chris's Manchester City. End of the year, them or Arsenal or whoever, Liverpool, sometimes it's close, but a lot of times, there's 2-3 games left. They have this insurmountable lead. They've clinched it. There's a big celebration. Everything's great, blah, blah, blah.
Hasn't happened in a while.
I'm just saying, it happens, and it's whatever. There's no playoff system to win. They don't have playoffs over there to win a championship. You play the whole season, and whoever has the best record or points wins the championship. That's it. Seems kind of boring. It's not. That's how it works. What is arguably even better is that the teams at the bottom, see, the bottom 3 teams in each league, the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, they get sent down to the league below them for the entirety of the next year at minimum. And then the top 3 teams below them get promoted up. So, for example, in the Premier League, whoever finishes in the bottom 3, you're going down a league. It costs you money, a ton of money. Half your players leave because they're Premier League level players. They don't want to play there. And so you have these massive, crazy matches at the end of the soccer season because nobody wants to get relegated. Also, you have these lower leagues going crazy at the top and bottom because these guys want to get promoted because it's a ton of money. I mean, it is hundreds of millions of dollars in the Premier League's case. Difference between Championship and Premier League. Now, again, hey, David, what are you talking about this for? Stupid. It's not going to work here. You're right. It won't. You can't have promotion or relegation in baseball, basketball, football for a number of reasons. But the 2 that matter the most are, A, owners will never, ever, ever, ever go for it. They will never voluntarily, I don't care if it's for the good of the game. They'll never say, hey, we're willing to accept a world in which the Sacramento Kings are a G League team and no guarantee of ever getting back to the NBA. It's never going to happen. Giants never would go down to be a AAA team because it's not for 1 year. In order to get back up, you have to finish in the top 3. You could be down there forever. You could go down 2-3 levels. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. Also, we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the infrastructure. It will never, ever, 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 ever happen. But what if in the NBA you created sort of a bastardized version of promotion and relegation? Just hear me out, okay? In a few years, you're going to have 32 teams. You're going to add Las Vegas and Seattle. That's pretty much a done deal. So you have your Western Conference and your Eastern Conference, but you add a third conference. You call that, you don't call it this, but let's just, for the sake of this conversation, call it the Leastern Conference. You have 20 teams that make up your 2 main conferences, okay? You can rotate them. You can do whatever you need to do. Again, there's going to be some issues here. Just follow me here because they're all workable, I think. You take the bottom 12 teams from the year before in the NBA, and they are now in the Leastern Conference. In effect, they have been relegated into their own conference. Now, everybody will still play everybody. You'll still have an 82-game season, But the bottom 12 teams are not eligible to win a title that year. They're not eligible to make the playoffs that next year. They are eligible to do only the following. At the end of the season, the first place and second place team in that bottom conference are automatically promoted to the main NBA Western and Eastern conferences. The remaining 10 teams, or the remaining 4 teams, the top 4, the next 4, the next 6, however you want to do it. Much like in soccer over there, they then play a playoff format down below, and the winner of that playoff format becomes the third team to be promoted. So you have 2 automatic positions, and you have 1 that becomes a playoff position. Those 3 teams will now play in the main level of the NBA next year, and they are eligible for a championship. What about the draft? I'm glad you asked. The 2 teams that get promoted in that order, that's your number 1 and number 2 pick in the draft. The third team that gets promoted, that's your number 3 pick in the draft. Then you go by record in the bottom level. So the 4th team, that would be the 4th best record in the playoffs, unless it was one of those teams that got promoted, on and on and on. What about the other teams in the NBA? In the regular top 20 teams, you go in inverse order of record. So, for example, the bottom 3 teams in that top 20, they're going down. They're going down to that bottom league the following year, but they would effectively have picks 13, 14, and 15, and they would now go down to that bottom 10 level. And whoever has the best record or wins the championship in the regular NBA They have the last pick. It's just like it is right now. So effectively, you switch the lottery from, I guess, you could either call it 12, which is the bottom league, or 15 if you include the 3 that are relegated. And by the way, the 3 teams that get promoted, again, they have the number 1, number 2, and number 3 pick in the draft, and now they are in that upper level. They can now make the playoffs. They can now win a championship, while those lower 12 teams, they're all fighting that next year to get 3 of them back up. You create, in a sense, an incubated promotion relegation system within the confines of the NBA. It takes care of tanking at the end of the year. People are always going to game the system. But it takes care of tanking at the end of the year. It creates an alternate and concurrent playoff format, a mini playoff. Imagine you've been in that lower league for 4 years. You just want to get out. You're on the rise. You had some great picks. You're putting it all together. You want to get out of this bottom league. And you're either promoted as one of the 2 automatics, or you win that playoff system, and next year you're up there. You can adjust salary cap aprons. You can adjust how all that stuff works based on which league you're in. There's all kinds of things you can tweak in order to do this. But of all the ideas I've heard, of all the methods I've heard, I know it sounds convoluted, but dude, it really isn't. It really isn't. 20 teams up top, 12 on the bottom, a promotion relegation system within the NBA. Now, I was 100% sure Chris wouldn't like this. But when we come back, I want to hear why. I want you to poke holes in it. It's totally fine. Let's have the conversation. We'll do that next. Here, we'll do that next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Happy Friday, my friends. Johnny Mosley here. Toyota and I are back to walk you through today's weather. It's time for Friday's Toyota Tahoe Report. Yes, let's see what Mother Nature's got on the menu.
Thanks, Johnny. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 44 and a low of 33. We'll see a slight cooling trend and a chance of snow beginning late this weekend. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Lot of stuff on the text line in the chat. Let me start with the text line from the 916. Why not fine every team that's tanking on a game-by-game basis? If they sit healthy players in the fourth quarter in a close game, and if they do it in another game, the fine is doubled. Because of the problem there is the spirit of what you're saying. Teams will just find a way around it. And let me give you an example instead of just saying they'll find a way around it. Well, then they'll just stop sitting healthy players in the fourth quarter. They'll just keep them out. They'll sit them. And when you say, well, then if they sit them, fine them. Well, okay, but what if they're sitting them because, look, at this point of the season, every player is banged up. So,
hamstring strain.
Huh?
Hamstring strain.
Right, exactly. Hamstring strain. Rest, for example. We're trying to, like last year when people were bitching that Joel Embiid was getting too much rest, and then he went out there early and ended up tweaking his knee again. And now all of a sudden you've got teams suing the NBA because they were forced to play a guy that ended up being hurt, and now their asset is out and they're blaming the NBA. They will find ways to be able to do that, and coming out. This whole finding of the Jazz and Pacers thing isn't over, by the way. There's going to be fallout from this because what you're effectively doing, and what the Jazz did wrong is they sat healthy players in the fourth. The Jazz are going to appeal this and say, guys, they were on minutes restrictions. By the way, we won one of those games. Oh, and one of the guys we had on a minutes restriction is now missing the rest of the year because he had a tumor in his leg. They're going to say that. And you're now creating a huge mess because guess what? Adam Silver works for the owners that just got fined, for example, $500,000. From the 916, what would the punishment or negative side be in the Eastern Conference, if you will? You don't make the playoffs, so the players in those teams get a longer vacation? Oh, no. Do they lose their national TV rights? They can't make an all-star team or an all-NBA team if they're in the Eastern League. I don't see the negative side for the players yet. Well, first off, if you're a player in that bottom league, you can't win a championship, number one. Number two, that is interesting to limit or prevent them from participating in any all-star things. Thirdly, there's nothing saying you can't also have cap adjustments as well for those in the lower league, much like you do with relegated teams over in soccer. In other words, those bottom 10 might have some sort of limitations and then some sort of parachute revenue sharing wise when they go up 20. Now, Chris, you know all about all of this, obviously being a huge fan of that. I'm trying to create an idea where you have a cannibalized promotion relegation in a league that could never have promotion and relegation traditionally. What's your biggest problem with it?
Okay, you're going to have to just quickly give me a summary of what you're saying should happen.
I'm saying in order to...
You're saying the bottom 12 teams the next year can't go up unless they're the top.
Think of like the bottom 12 teams as your championship below the Premier League.
Yeah, okay.
Though they're all in the same NBA, They're all going to continue to play each other throughout the season. None of that will really change. You might wait some things here and there.
I just don't like the idea of NBA teams not playing for a title opportunity.
I don't either, and I don't think those NBA teams would like that either. Again, the point is
You're telling like fans of these 10 teams like this isn't going to count this season.
You have absolutely no now here's the thing though. You have absolutely no chance at winning a title next year. You are barred from winning a title. You can't do it. Let me just real quick for a thought exercise.
What's been the best season of the Kings in the past 10 years?
The Beam team year. Wouldn't have counted. What would have happened though is they would have won that bottom league. They would have gotten promoted and they would have had the number 1 pick in the draft. Which, by the way, in retrospect, I think I would rather have that. Going back to the Beam team year, I would rather have had the Kings get promoted out of the bottom league, get the number 1 pick in the draft, and be where we are right now to kind of help make my point, than have a one-and-done flash out in the first round.
So in this situation that you would create, the Thunder would have gotten Cooper Flagg.
No, it was 2 years prior, wasn't it?
Well, they didn't make they were one of the worst teams the year before. Then they won the championship. But that wouldn't have counted.
No. The Thunder won the championship last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The year before, the Thunder were 57-25. You're
off a year.
I'm off a year. No, let me just do apples to apples to your point. So the year before last, so coming into this year, these would be your leastern teams, if you will, okay? Going by terrible record, 24-25. You would have the Jazz, the Wizards, the Hornets, the Pelicans, the Sixers, the Nets, the Raptors, the Spurs, the Blazers, and the Suns. The Kings would not have gotten demoted last year. Now, there's one team in there that sticks out, and that's the San Antonio Spurs. But in this case, the San Antonio Spurs now in this bottom league have like an 11-game lead. Oh, by the way, now they wouldn't have had Wembanyama and this other fashion. So, but the Spurs would not. They would have no chance at a title this year, despite the fact that they have the 4th best record in the league, right? But remember, it's because they have Wembanyama. What the Spurs would get, though, is they would get promoted, and they would get the number 1 pick in the draft, and they would be eligible next year to win a title. Nobody tanks. There's no incentive to tank anymore. You've locked up the 1, 2, 3. Everything else is in inverse order, and nobody wants to be in that lower league. Nobody wants to be relegated. Everybody wants to be promoted out of it.
But I feel like this is a punishment for the fans.
I would argue that what the Sacramento Kings fans are going through right now is punishment.
Yeah.
Is it going to make a difference? Let's just take this season. Let's take this season. The Kings this season, under these rules, the Kings this season would still be in the upper level. But we're looking right now at the fact that we're about to get relegated, which means what? Which means we're going to get relegated and we're going into next year with the 13th pick in the draft. Okay? And now we have to fight our way out of that league. We have to get promoted, but also we have an opportunity now to get the 1, the 2, and the 3 without worrying about a lottery, to put ourselves back in a position where we can actually compete. I would say you're already punished because you suck. This makes it easier for you to unsuck because it incentivizes you winning to get out of there, complete with financial bonuses for the players as well, so they're incentivized as well.
So the Kings would be getting the 13th pick.
Yes.
With things looking even worse next season. The only thing we've got looking forward to for next season is they'll get a top 5 pick.
Yes.
But now they're going to get an even worse pick.
Yeah, and they're going to be in a lower league.
And they're not going to be able to make the playoffs.
Yes.
And you already have a hard time getting free agents here to begin with.
Yes.
So how are you going to get them better?
You're going to get the 13th pick. You're now in the lower league.
Yeah.
Now you're going to try to get yourself out of that lower league.
Oh, because they're not trying now?
Are they?
They didn't try to become a better team last year.
They were inept.
I'm not saying
it punishes ineptitude.
So but I don't see
ineptitude should be punished. It should not be helped.
then the Kings will never have a chance at the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think they'll ever have a chance?
No.
Okay. Because I also think that there should be, again,
they don't have a chance at the playoffs, and now going into the next season that they don't have a chance at the playoffs.
We're talking about, but we're also talking about other things that we can accoutrement onto this thing. For example, what if you gave more advantageous, almost reversed it from the Premier League, where you gave more advantageous salary cap, like let's call it the loser's apron, that would incentivize players, better players, to go to those lower teams based on cash availability.
So now you want the better players going into a league.
You're not getting LeBron. You're not getting the top of the pops. You're not getting the best of the best. But maybe you can get some. Again, you're in a league of 12 losers, so you don't have to have Jokic or Wemby or any of those guys. But now you have.
But you do, because you're paying all the better teams. You're playing the same teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd have to tweak that a little bit. I wonder if maybe it would be record against each other. I told you it wasn't finished. It would have to be tweaked. And I wonder if those rankings below would be based on games versus each other, now all of a sudden incentivizing games between bad teams. I'm trying to find a way to incentivize or disincentivize tanking in every level. You're not getting rid of the draft. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
I mean, it could.
No, we could also get a nuclear bomb dropped on us. But those have about the same levels of likelihood. You're never getting rid of the draft. You might as well fold half the teams in the league. You can't do it. You cannot.
You could. They just don't want to.
Yeah. And again, you could, fire that nuclear bomb, but you just don't want to. Why? Because of the fallout and massive deaths. Well, nobody's going to die in this situation, but if you take away the draft in the National Basketball Association, how is that going to work for teams like the Kings?
Well, if you sign up players when they're 14, 15 years old like they do in
Europe.
We're
talking about academies now? Yeah. So what are you going to do with college basketball? How's that going to work? You're just getting rid of it because the academy? Again, I'm trying to live in the real world. You're living in Chris land.
Well, you're saying, how do we get this better?
But again, how do you realistically?
So, if you're talking about realistically, I'm going to be a real Kyle now. Well, then none of this is going to happen because all they really care about is money.
No, you're right, but I think it'll happen. It'll happen around the edges.
The thing that you say is academies will never happen. I mean, I think that's as likely as what you're proposing.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think. But like I said earlier, I think every idea or set of ideas has things you can tweak on. And I don't think there's one silver bullet to eliminating this. I think you've got to have some sort of a combination of, if somebody picks number one this year, you retard their odds in the following years of where they pick. There has to be a combination of things. It's not going to be any one thing that's going to help this. It's going to have to be 9 different things. And I'm just trying to figure out a system in which the bottom 10 or 12 teams are actually incentivized to care over the last 25 games of the year. It's the beauty of promotion and relegation, why I've fallen in love with it so much. And anyone who does not like promotion and relegation just doesn't know what they're talking about. I've come to that conclusion too. Not trying to piss people off, but if you don't like the idea of bad teams being punished for being bad and good teams being rewarded for being good, I don't know what to tell you, man. Because if you had that in the NBA, do you agree if you had a promotion relegation setup in the NBA, again, fantasy world here, there's no incentive to tank.
No, there's no incentive to tank. Also, we'd be getting $10 tickets to Arco Arena to watch the Kings in the 3rd division.
I mean, I would say this, you get the lower you go, the lower you got to lower your, but they also have, we'll get into parachute payments and all that stuff too. I hate this tanking stuff. I really do. Except if it's my team and we get the number 1 pick. We'll take a break when we come back.
What if they get the 5th pick? Then it's dumb.
Then it's really stupid. All right, we got some notes to go around as well. Some things we found out about, including why a minor league team had to apologize to its fans. What the 49ers are going to do on opening day next year. And then on top of that, the problems with the NBA are more than just tanking. We'll get to all that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sac-Town Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sac-Town Sports.
Sean Cunningham will join us at the bottom of the hour.
Casino.
Review some things on the season with the Kings. Also,
how do you think he'll feel about your tanking idea?
Well, the problem is it would completely take the whole segment up, and then I think Sean, because it's early, would respond with, "Wait, what?" From the 209, I'm confused. Dave, you hate tanking.
I mean, that's an evergreen text from the 209.
I'm confused. Good point right there. You hate tanking, but all of September, October, you were preaching how we need to lose and do a full rebuild the right way. Even called yourself the tank commander. Oh, well, I still am.
209, it's called hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's let me lay it out. It is okay in this world. This is actually a really good lesson we should all strive for. It's okay in this world to dislike something even when it benefits you. Now, for the Sacramento Kings, within the confines of the way the system is set up, they need to tank. Why is LeBron James on line one, Chris? They need, literally the caller ID says LeBron James, that caught my eye. That's how the system's set. They have to do it that way. But even though we're in a system that may actually benefit the thing I like, meaning the Kings, I can also be non-biased enough to say this is a stupid system. And I think the key in what that texter texted is when you say you hate tanking, the natural follow-up is that I enjoy tanking. And we live in a world where everybody just kind of inserts their own realities. I hate tanking. It sucks. This sucks. But Dave, you asked for it. I did. And it sucks. The guy had the cancer analogy yesterday, and I don't want to use that. So, again, I'll use something less overt. Okay, Jaren Jackson Jr. He has the tumor in his knee. It's a non-cancerous tumor, Chris. It's just a tumor. I don't think Jaren Jackson at any point is like, you know what I want to do over the All-Star break? Cancun or surgery and recovery? I'm going to take surgery and recovery. No, it's a necessary evil in order to make him better in the long run. He's not going to enjoy the surgery. He's not going to enjoy being on crutches. He's not going to enjoy the recovery. He's not going to enjoy the physical therapy. But in the long run, he will hopefully have a better career for it. That's how I feel about tanking. I don't like tanking. I hate tanking. But the absolute colossal record-breaking, maybe never seen before in human history ineptitude of the decisions that this franchise has once again made over the last few years has put us in this position where there's no other way out, realistically. There isn't. Overbloated contracts, a team that sucks so bad that nobody is even thinking about finding them for tanking because they're looking at the Kings and going, actually, they're just really bad. Utah, Indy, Memphis, you guys are better than this. Oh, Kings, worst team in the NBA by 3 games. You're just actually that bad. Even though you have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that have been in all-star games in the last few years. 2 future first ballot Hall of Fame. You suck. No. I hate it. But it doesn't mean I don't think it's the best move. So what does Adam Silver? Oh, the guy texted back said, acceptable answer. I'll keep listening. Thank you. We passed the test. So Adam Silver has 4 massive issues he's got to deal with going into the All-Star break. I think the easiest one probably for him to talk about is expansion. Well, that's simple. Yeah, we're looking at it. We're exploring it. Yeah, I'd agree that Vegas and Seattle are the favorites. He might give you that. You got issues with the All-Star game. Now, I'll go back to what I said a while back. This might, I can see a way. In which this might actually help. They might have the right idea, but it has to go a certain way. They might have it now. They might have it in the USA versus the world. And I'll go back to, was it Noah Lyles, the Olympian, that said, world champion of what? That is a triggering statement for a lot of us. And the NBA is our game. Invented by Dr. James Naismith from Sacramento, California. It's our game. The world, you're all guests in our game. We own it. It's America's game. Even though, like, I think 5 of the last 6 or the last 6 MVPs have all been from other countries. But let's move on.
And Naismith was Canadian.
That's your opinion. America has had this long-standing belief in our American exceptionalism, mainly in sports, where we are the best in the world at all the sports we care about.
See, that's why we're better than England. They invent a sport that the rest of the world is better than them at.
Yes.
We invent a sport that nobody wants to play.
Nobody else wants, like the rest of the world's like Super Bowl. Nobody cares. And we're like, dude, that's the end all be all. Well, why don't you ever win at the World Cup? How come America never even gets to the quarterfinals, semifinals of the World Cup? Because we don't care about soccer. All our best athletes are playing football, basketball, baseball. They're in the UFC or hockey. Then the leftovers go to soccer.
We got to the semifinals in the World Cup.
How long ago?
The first one.
Oh, okay.
When a bunch of countries didn't go.
So that's our excuse. It's how we make ourselves feel better. But, man, if the world, like when the USSR cheated and beat us in the 70s for the first time in the Olympics in basketball, this place fell apart. When back not that long ago, a few Olympics ago, what did we lose to Spain or something? Oh, my God. A national embarrassment on a world level. And things got adjusted. By the way, that's the whole professionals playing in the Olympics thing. The other countries are starting to catch up to us and play in their pros. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, 1992, Dream Team time. Now we were like, Inigo Montoya and Princess Bride. Well, you must know I'm not left-handed. We were playing left-handed. And then we brought the Dream Team out in Barcelona, and it wasn't even, it was an absolute, it was Duke versus McNeese State. So this All-Star game, again, if it goes the right way, has some potential. Because you got 3 sets of rosters. You got the USA Stars, the USA Stripes, and then Team World. I need to understand a little bit more why they're doing it this way with all these people. Like, dude, make it the 10 best U.S. players and the 10 best world players, and there's your all-star teams. Or 12 and 12, whatever. And if you don't have enough worlds, then whatever. I don't care. Just dig deeper for world. There are 12 all-star spots opened up for U.S.-based players, and there's 12 all-star spots opened up for the world.
In reality, the reason why it sucks so bad is because all of these players are tired from doing all of their promotional stuff throughout the entire time.
Yes.
Which back in the day, there was very little of, to where they're just like, okay, we got the rest of the season to go. I'm going to have a couple days off.
Yeah.
Let's just get this over with, guys.
I don't want to run. I don't want to play defense. What I do want is I want free tickets to 8:30. I do want tickets to go see the Kings in Orlando, and you can get that right now if you're a caller number 4 at 1-800-920-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Caller 4, you will get a pair of tickets to go see the Sacramento Kings versus the Orlando Magic. First game out of the All-Star break at the Golden One Center. So, these rosters. You got Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey. That's the Stars. The Stripes, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, LeBron, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox. Then you have Team World. Giannis, who's injured. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's injured. Luka, Denny Avdia, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Alperen Şengün, Siakam, Towns, Wembanyama, Norman Powell. I'm here to tell you this. Take the 2 USA teams, of which there are 16 players. Take your best 10 or 12. I don't care. Pick the best 10 or 12 from that. And then, unfortunately, Giannis and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are both injured. Let's just pretend in a world they're not. Nobody's injured on either side. And you're rolling out Shai, Luka, Giannis, Jokic, and then take your pick. Wemby? The world would wax. I mean, wax. European wax center. the world would wax the United States team, dude. If both sides were playing, that's my caveat, if both sides cared. You're not beating a team with Giannis, Shea, Luka, Jokic, and Wemby. Oh, and you're bringing Avdia and Jamal Murray and Şengün and Siakam and Towns off the bench. Dude, the world favored by 8.5. That's my opening line. So what happens is you have this is where it works. This is where it really would work. The world team waxes the U.S. team in the U.S. in front of their own fans. That is the only way you're going to motivate these players, dude. There's not enough money to go around to they're already rich. They're already rich. This isn't like back in the day with Jordan and Dominique and Isaiah and Magic, and they all want to go out and grow the game, and, they're competitive, and Jordan's not going to let anybody beat him, and Magic's not going to let anybody beat him, blah, blah, blah. They don't care. These are corporate mercenaries. NBA players are corporations now. They are mercenaries. They're going to play for the highest bidder, and they are not going to do. And by the way, I'm not saying that's not smart either, but that's not why we watch sports. Nobody's like, well, that player made the smartest decisions. No, it's like, dude, he's an assassin. He's a killer. He's a murderer. Which are, by the way, all bad things, but in sports they're great. The world team waxes the U.S. team. Somebody on the world team is like, well, just honestly, basketball's gotten better. The U.S. is not the capital of basketball anymore, and we showed that today. You want to talk about a world champion? There you go. You just got beat at your own game. And piss off all the U.S. people. Man, I'm telling you, that might actually work. That might actually work. I don't know that it will, but it might work. Tanking, all-star game issues. What else does Adam Silver have to worry about? The in-season tournament. I don't know what to do about that. Nobody cares. And I don't think they need to. There's only one regular season game getting added. They're test driving the Vegas market. It's an activation. They've got all the Emirates. I don't know what the Emirates deal was to sponsor it, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't $30. By the way, we already have a champion. Right? Who won the in-season tournament this year? Do you know?
Yes.
You do? Who was it?
It was.
Oh, it's a yes. You're confident,
The
okay.
Was it the Spurs?
Oh no, but now I just remembered who won it. No, they were in the championship. They were in the championship, but they lost. De'Aaron Fox lost to his former coach, I believe. Oh no, that was in the semis. No, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at last year. Hold on. NBA Cup, list of champions.
Oh, you're right.
I want you all to, at home, try to see if you can remember. Okay, there have been 3 NBA Cup champions. Are you looking at them?
I knew the first 2.
You knew the first 2?
Yeah.
How many of you at home right now can say, I can name, and by the way, we just gave you one. Who won it last year and who won the inaugural? I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you guessed the Milwaukee Bucks over the Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers over the Indiana Pacers, congratulations. My point is that I don't know what there is to do about that, and I don't know that you need to do anything about that. I really don't. I think they have accomplished their goal. They created something that they got sponsored without really doing anything but having a couple games played in Vegas, which is an expansion city they want to test drive. And they added a game for the championship. So one team plays 83, 2 teams play 83 games. I don't think there's any reason to get rid of it. I don't think there's any reason to have it. But I do think it's more money in the coffers for the owners, and that's all they care about. I do think maybe at best the NBA in-season tournament is going to serve as some sort of some sort of precursor to having your NBA Europe tournament, and then the two winners come together for a true world championship, blah, blah, blah. Chris, do you ever think, though, we'll get to the point where, like, you know, you see how much, again, over in Europe, they care about these tournaments, they care about, there's so much, like, pageantry, and they actually care, whereas over here, nobody cares. How do we get by the way, and those European soccer players, they're all well paid too. It's not like they're making pennies.
Also, the difference is they're playing against teams that they don't play all the time.
So do you think, like, do you honestly think...
like City is playing Salford this weekend in the FA Cup.
But City is not pumped up for that just because it's Salford. It's an ends to a means. But when they get into Champions League, when they get the FA Cup, this, that, whatever, it's like, oh, pageantry, this, that, it means the world.
We're pretty pumped up for this game.
Why?
Because that's where all the dumb United fans live.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that needs to be done about the in-season tournament. So you have tanking, you have the all-star game issues, you have the in-season tourney, and you have expansion.
I would like the in-season tournament better, and I think this can work if they get the two franchises that they're talking about to where you can have a home and away to fill out the rounds.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's 3 quick games, and it's boom. Like, the Kings are out after the first game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun. All right, let me bring you the story of the Oshawa Generals of the OHL Hockey League. I'm assuming this is someplace in Canada. They sent out an email to their season ticket holders a while back, a couple days ago. It says, "We're thrilled to have you with us each and every game, and we appreciate the energy you bring to the arena." To help... Yeah, there you go. To help ensure a clean, comfortable, and enjoyable experience for everyone, we kindly ask for your cooperation with a few simple hygiene practices. Please make use of the hand sanitizing stations located throughout the arena, cover coughs and sneezes, and be mindful of personal cleanliness while sharing our space with fellow fans. If you're feeling unwell, we encourage you to take care of yourself and cheer us on from home when possible. So far...
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with that. Here's where they went off the skids a little bit. If you went to the gym or did something that produced body odor, please shower before attending the game. Well, that didn't go over well. What are you saying, Oshawa Generals of the OHL? Your fan base stinks?
It's true, but he shouldn't say it.
100% chance that fan base stinks.
For them to openly say it, there had to have been multiple reach out.
Multiple, dude.
Guys, something's gross around here.
It is disgusting.
And then they had to investigate it. Like,
yes.
Is there some sort of sewage? It's like...
No, it's Bill.
And they walked by like, oh, my God.
Yeah, like, you guys need to learn. You need to wash. So
same goes for wrestling fans. You hear that, guys?
Yeah, look, I think everyone. Is there an event where it's okay to show up smelly? Maybe like a pig throw or something. I don't know, whatever they do on the farm. One of them's. You know, you're gonna be a little musty. Like you're going to a Kings game.
But that's if you're competing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oshawa had to put a statement out. Official statement. Hey, Gens Nation. Oh, they're the Generals. We took a penalty on that last one. It's not our place to overstep like we did. We're sorry, and hopefully we can wash this one off.
Like you sitting in section 102, row F.
Yeah. Imagine them getting And it's just, I kind of, look, you always have to bow down to the customer. I understand that. But, like, in what world do you apologize? Hey, everybody, we'd like you to be clean enough to where you don't have offensive odors coming off of you. Now, had they said, hey, James in section 103 and Gina in section 212, you guys stink and you need to take a shower, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. If they're going around sniffing customers and throwing, yellow flags at them, that's wrong. If you make a general statement because, and again, as you said, Chris, I'm guessing it absolutely stinks there, and there is a recurring issue with many people showing up and just smelling like an onion rolled in turds, maybe you put out a general statement, and guess what? If you're not one of those people that smells like that, they're not talking to you. And if you are one of those people that smells like that, then you need to be offended. You need to be told that because, unfortunately, if you attended the games in a bubble, no problem, dude. Smell your own funk all day. You're not. You're next to other people that don't want to smell your ass. So maybe get clean. And if that's offensive to you to be told that you smell and you need to clean yourself up, and again, not telling you directly, the general you, no pun intended, that's your problem. Hey, could you guys be clean and not smell terrible? I'm offended. And you just know that the absolute worst person in the world is one of those people. Who's the worst person in the world? The worst person in the world is the one that says, you know what? I buy a ticket. This is a free country. There's no law. If I want to buy a ticket and I want to go to a game, and I want to smell like I smell, which I don't even think I smell, that's your problem. Guess what? Move seats. That's the worst. I mean, obviously, people that mass murder and do horrible things are the worst people in the world, but I'm talking about the worst normal people. Those are the worst people. That's the same person that drives in the fast lane and goes 55 and says, I'm going the speed limit. I pay my taxes. Those people are terrible. Of course, MC's in the chat. I actually I wanted to look just to see. Everybody must be scented how I prefer. No, doofus. No. That's not what we're saying. This isn't infringing your rights, dog. This is, no, just don't smell bad. Well, what's bad? I swear to God, MC he's Randy Marsh. He is. He is the. I thought this was America.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought this was America. I thought our founding fathers died so that I could smell. Well, tell me what smells bad, what doesn't smell bad? It's government overreach. I tell you. No, dude, just don't smell offensive. And if you don't know what that means, then you're probably the offensive smelling person. And I'll bet MC doesn't smell. I'll bet you he's clean. Yeah, I'll bet you he's clean.
He would just like the opportunity to smell if he wanted to.
He wants the freedom to smell if he wishes. That's why Alexander Hamilton commanded the Continental Army, so that we could have these freedoms.
He wanted a king.
We'll take a break when we come back. Sean Cunningham. We're going to talk a little basketball and who the hell knows before we get to what's hot, what's not. And by the way, somebody wanted me to talk baseball the last 3 days. Guess what? You're going to get your wish. Why we're not going to have any baseball a year from now. We'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
When the game's over, the action's just getting started. Check out what's coming up on the Sac-Town Sports Live events calendar. On February 15th, R&B legends Jodeci bring the smooth harmonies to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then, February 27th, get ready to laugh as comedy greats Dana Carvey and David Spade hit the stage at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. The next night, February 28th, check out Chris Isaak live at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. A night of timeless hits in that signature style. Looking for high-energy action? March 7th, it's Thunder Showdown number 4 boxing at Thunder Valley. A fight night atmosphere packed with intensity. Then on March 15th, rock history rolls into town when Jefferson Starship performs live at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Concerts, comedy, and fight nights that bring the energy. Find your next big event now on the Sactown Sports Live Events calendar.
The President's Day Sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. And with your approved credit, get 0 down, no finance rates, plus huge factory incentives on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford. Tell them Coach Christie sent you. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
Get the new Ram you want at the most affordable price I've seen in years. You can lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie for as low as $399 a month for 39 months. That's $13,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2026 Ram truck.
Whoa, $399 a month? That feels like it can't be real.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive how we've been able to find all this savings. As a 5th-generation family-owned dealer, our goal has always been, and continues to be, to serve our customers and save them as much as possible.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 5,000 factory rebate and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory, $399 special lease with $29.95 due at signing, plus tax, license fees, and dealer accessories. Must finance through Stellantis. 7,500 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over for well-qualified buyers with 720 plus FICO score. Sample VIN 179-105. MSRP 68,125. See dealer for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From Sony Pictures Animation, the studio that brought you Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, comes GOAT, the original action comedy set in an all-animated world. The story follows Will, a small goat who gets a once-in-a-lifetime shot to join the pros. Executive produced by Stephen Curry. GOAT, in theaters today.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit BarNoneAuction.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sac-Town Sports.
Welcome back. Sean Cunningham joining us in moments. Chris tells me in my ear he's good. I agree. He is good. Joining us right now from our content partners over at KCRA 3. Sean's worked for 1, 2. Sean, you need two more stations. 2 more TV stations.
Univision's up next.
Univision.
Univision.
Univision. Who are we missing? Univision and, a couple others. Good morning, buddy.
Hi, guys. I was listening to your relegation, and you had me thinking. I started doing a little deep dive into, if that would even be just reminding myself of how relegation works. And I think the one thing that hadn't been mentioned is to why it probably wouldn't work is the fact that revenue sharing across the league, you're essentially, especially, I think it would just obliterate the small market.
That's the problem, isn't it? Is that so many, I have yet to see a tanking solution that doesn't obliterate small markets. That's what sucks.
Yeah. Well, I would lean towards, and I always give Vinny Goodwill, former, he's an NBA reporter who I think he's at ESPN now. He used to be at Yahoo Sports. He's bounced around a little bit, but covers the league. He's been doing so for a long, long time. So he's the one where I first saw this. So I call it the Vinny Goodwill theory, which is, and I know it's not unique and people have talked about it, but I just think the best little tinker that they could do without totally disrupting the competitive nature and the closest thing to the league is to really decide the lottery at All-Star break or even before All-Star break. And you don't at that point totally take away from maybe like look at the Hornets right now.
Yeah,
the Hornets have just won like 15 of 18 games I think as of yesterday. I don't remember what it was, but like they kind of completely turned their face of their season around very, very quickly, over just a span of a month, really. And now they're having talks about what their season looks like that's vastly different from what it began January, and just kind of the approach and what they're trying to do. So, they could be a team that totally not only benefits from a pick at midseason, but having your players play not only meaningful games and keeping a winning culture and not, try to do things to get to avoid NBA fines and all that. So I just think that would almost be the quasi perfect solution. I don't think there is a perfect solution, but I think that's the closest thing to a perfect solution, if you will.
And it's something that with the Sacramento Kings, nobody likes this. I was just explaining a couple segments ago. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing this. I think it's necessary. I've wanted them to do this for a while now, a true blue rebuild. It's when you look at Oklahoma City, when you look at San Antonio, when you look at Detroit, when you look at a lot of you look at just how quickly they turned it around. And yeah, you have to draft right. You have to have luck. You have to be good at putting a team. It's not just lose and profit. There's a lot that goes into it, but I don't think this is the worst team, Sean, we've ever seen. It's certainly not the least talented team we've ever seen, but this might be the worst put together team we've ever seen. And I think someday on the ABC Sunday Night Movie or something, NBC Sunday Night Movie.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. There's got to be a 30 for 30 on going from the beam team, the 3 seed, and all the good feels. Almost like, how could you possibly go from that to this in that short of a time?
Yeah. And I think it forces an organization especially to look at what your franchise player is, because I think, look, I don't want to put all the blame on De'Aaron Fox, but like this trajectory of this franchise completely altered the most with the trading of De'Aaron Fox and maybe not getting what you want for him. Just feeling like you had to get talent, you had to maximize your trade value at that moment. I think you look at something like, you can identify a few teams. Now, granted, they're bigger markets, at least with Golden State, but like, what's the inevitable with big contracts on their team? You see all these teams just trying to shed salaries. Mm-hmm. What does it look like? I mean, you're kicking the can down the road in Milwaukee with Giannis. I think, trying to find those teams that are going to be willing to accept their fate quicker than maybe they should. You can talk. I've had debates with people about legacy, and you're in an era where nobody plays for one team forever. But you look at what the Warriors are doing, and it's like, does it mean more to have Steph Curry finish his career as a Warrior, or to be in this eternal spin? Like, you look at the Lakers and LeBron James, like, they should have moved off LeBron years ago.
Yeah.
And it hasn't, fortunately they have somebody to build around in Luka Doncic. But the Warriors, I just look at them and I go, man, you're pissing in the wind in a way, because I just don't think you're going to be able to completely achieve what you want without paying boatloads of luxury tax. And these aprons make that so much harder to do.
Yeah.
That one could argue that if you have a player on your team that's a 60, 50, $60 million contract per year, it just makes things entirely difficult.
Sean Cunningham of KCRA3 joining us. The problem also with the tanking conversation and a lot of the periphery is that numbers just don't always support it either. And some of it, I think, weirdly enough, is just dumb luck. I'll give you, here's an example. So the San Antonio Spurs, towards the last 4 or 5 years of Greg Popovich's tenure, sucked. And they ended up getting Victor Wembanyama for it, and Stephon Castle for it, and Dylan Harper for it, and absorbed Harrison Barnes. Thank you, Sacramento. And that unprotected pick swap coming up, and De'Aaron Fox and all that. But you look back, and that's all fine and dandy. But if they don't get Wembanyama with the 1 pick, a generational superstar, we're having a different conversation. But by the way, they also got Tim Duncan. And they also got David Robinson. And this is smelling to me a lot like the Robinson-Duncan thing in the sense that they get Wembanyama, but they're also going to have Harper and Castle surrounding. You have these superstars that they just so happen to get within the space of a couple of years. Oklahoma City is the defending NBA champions. They're a small market team. San Antonio is the biggest dynasty of the 2000s. Small market team. And then you even look at like last year, the Luka trade, which was laughable. It was disgusting how he was not on the open market, how the Lakers once again, in a long line of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Shaquille O'Neal to you name it, acquiring these superstars in their prime from other teams, farm teams, they get Luka Doncic. But let me ask you a question, Sean. If you are the general manager of the Dallas Mavericks right now, and Rob Pelinka calls you and says, you know what, we've been thinking about it. We'd like to trade you Luka Doncic for Cooper Flagg straight up. Do you make that trade if you're Dallas?
No.
I don't either.
I wouldn't. I just think, especially in the sense of, let's rewind back to, I know it's probably PTSD for a lot of people, but go back to the Tyrese Halliburton for Domantas Sabonis trade. You all understand why they made the deal, but I think what gets lost in all that is De'Aaron Fox was the one they were shopping.
Yes,
it wasn't like they were shopping Tyrese Halliburton. And if you're the Pacers, you're looking at it as, no, I want somebody who's under rookie control and not have a max deal or a near max deal or a deal that's going to eat up a huge percentage of my salary cap going forward. And if I remember correctly, that was before the CBA and the aprons. Everyone knew where these things were going. Luxury tax was still a thing. That's nothing new. But how you operate in the luxury tax is where things get crazy. And I know, I've probably used this analogy 50 times, but like the whole shocking of the pool thing, like you can't get in right away. I think in 4 years, the NBA will adjust. A lot of these salaries will be to where teams are now being able to move a little bit more free. You're not going to have so many of these bloated contracts. Now, look, supermaxes will still exist, and rightfully so, and I think it'll provide opportunities for guys to get paid in this league. But with success and with those things come ramifications. And trust me, like there's teams already looking at 2027, 2028, where guys look at just the Oklahoma City. They can't keep everyone together. Someone's going to have to fall off, and every team's going to have those instances. But I think these aprons tend to open it up a little bit more, and at least if by design, to where if you have a whole bunch of success and you have to reward these players, you're not going to be able to have these dynasties, if you will, like the Warriors, who were able to win 3 odd championships in a bigger span of time.
Surprised with you working for NBC now, you're not at the Olympics.
Well, that duty gets to go to Deirdre Fitzpatrick. She is queen of the Olympics and the Hearst family. So she gets to go and provide a whole bunch of content. I am not jealous. That looks absolutely miserable and frigid. And as much as I'd love to go to Italy one day and Milano and all these things like that, I have no desire to go cover that. The Olympics, I'll be able to kind of check that box when they come to LA. I've been able to do a lot of USA basketball, but certainly not for the Olympics. But hey, I'm not complaining, man. I've had a lot of travel of late. It's kind of taken away my attention from this horrible, sucky Kings team to do 49ers, Super Bowl, and then I've got spring training on the horizon. So I've got a number of little things that are occupying my time in the meantime, and I don't need to add the Olympics to that.
Wow, covering spring training. I wonder what that's like. Good to hear. We're out of time. I wish I'd have had you at 8 a.m. What happened?
Nobody overslept, for the record. I got to listen to a good portion of your show.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Chris asked me what time Sean coming on. I was like, 8:28. But it turns out I told somebody else 8:28 for next week, and that embedded in my head. Because I even remember saying to you, like, is that too early? And you're like, no, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
And can I say...
My voice held up, right?
Your voice is great. And can I also say, is it okay for me to say this? You look good. You look good.
Oh, thanks, pal.
You look good. You look good. Lastly, as we go, we started out the show, since Jason's gone. It's a little off the rails at 6 a.m. and people were sending in some of their favorite memories of the night show. Just so people understand, Sean was a part of that night show for a while.
Where are we going, Dave?
Yeah, I don't. No. I was thinking, I don't know.
Sean booked some interesting guests back then.
Yes, he did.
I did. Sure did.
What wasn't that
in studio?
Wasn't that just like, now that you look back on it, wasn't that just like a piece out of time that doesn't fit anywhere else? Like, I to this day don't understand how that night show lasted 5 or 6 years.
I truly believe nobody in management or in a corporate structure had any idea what was going on.
That's what I say.
And yeah, I mean, well, then again, I mean, look at what was going on in the midday on that radio station when we were all growing up. I mean, that was this close. I mean, the funny thing is like, look, we're still doing our thing. Guys like Howard Stern are still on the radio, which, like, what happened there? I mean, that was a complete shift. So. It is quite something, and hey man, I'm proud of where I came from. It showed me what not to do.
That's exactly right. We made every single mistake possible so that we would hopefully not make them again. Whether it's the character, you may remember the judge. He was a great character. That
yes.
Some of our rejoiners. Somebody said earlier they remembered my mom gave me a box. She used to record every show on cassette tape. It's a box of about 150 tapes, and it's all I can do to not literally light that whole thing on fire. Because I know it would take me down. I just wonder how many of you it would take down with me.
Oh, a lot. And here again, I know you got to run, but I'm not going to name names. There was somebody in your chair at that time slot before you that I still quasi follow on social media.
Yeah,
and I think you know.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And he likes to put out things on social media that are that pertain to his chosen career path that he's at now, after radio and after media.
Yeah.
And I ran across one the other day, and I just kind of scoffed at it. I went, he did this garbage nonsense when he was on the air. It was the same. It was the same. So like, he hadn't changed. So it's like these characters that still pop in your life from old jobs or whatever, and they've gone on to do so. Some people are still in that same frame mold, if you will, and kudos to him.
And who would have thought that so many of us would have gone on to massively exceed any part of that guy's career he ever had?
Yeah, how about that?
Huh? Hey,
who'd have thunk?
Hey, love you.
Love you too, buddy.
All right, thanks, pal. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Sean Cunningham of NBC Sports, old friend. We'll take a break when we come back. What's hot, what's not? And the NFL, once again, is stupid, and it's a great opportunity for somebody in the media to not be stupid and pick up the torch, because the NFL Karen'd their way into a win, if you will, but why it's a loss for the fans. We'll get to that next.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at Sactownsports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sactown Sports 1140.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
This President's Day Sell-a-thon, your California Ford dealers are celebrating with savings. Now through February 16th, the award-winning Ford lineup moves those who move the nation. For a limited time, get the biggest deals on an incredible selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks. Like the Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Or the adventure-ready Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, with GOAT modes that go over any type of terrain for the great outdoors. And check out the iconic Ford Mustang and its exhilarating performance. To the ones who keep America moving, these President's Day Sell-a-thon deals are for you, and it's your chance to save on your brand new Ford vehicle. Hurry in today to your local California Ford dealer. The President's Day Sell-a-thon ends February 16th. Based on S&P Global Mobility 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
LeBron James.
Who? I can't hear you.
You don't know who LeBron James is?
Oh, LeBron James. By the way, Big Boss House is on the TV downstairs. Act accordingly.
Okay.
Stop swearing. Yeah,
Starting now?
You, starting now. Be a good professional host. Go ahead.
LeBron James is so hot.
How hot is he?
Well, last night he had 28 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists for a triple-double. He also led in all of those stats. He also led in minutes, more minutes played than any other player on either team. First time in NBA history that someone 40 years or older has done that.
Look, I know LeBron's a lightning rod. I do. I get it. I'm not going to fault anyone for how they feel. It's pretty amazing, though, dude, when you think about it. Like, that is actually pretty amazing that he's able to. Look, he's coming to the end. I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be next year. But he's coming to the end. The fact that you can still throw a triple-double out when you're in your 40s is pretty crazy. Also, who's not? NBA games and how many blowouts there are. Entering the All-Star break, 6.3% of all NBA games have been decided by 30 or more points. The only season where the league entered the All-Star break with a higher percentage was in 71-72. So there are now more massive blowouts. Also, I know we're going to get to who's not. Chris, I'm looking at the All-Star Celebrity Game list for tonight, and I know that I'm going to embarrass myself here and look super old and dumb.
I think I'm going to be right there with you.
Okay, so when I'm looking at the players on both sides, I know who Keegan-Michael Key is, of course. Do you know who Rome Flynn is?
No.
Okay. Dylan Wang?
No.
Me neither. Shams Charania is playing. Yeah.
He's a celebrity?
Yeah, I guess so. Jenna Bandy? Rick Schnall? No idea. I know Taco Fall is. I know Jeremy Lin is.
Isn't like Taco Fall trying to become a firefighter?
Is he?
I thought
I
read
read
that.
God. A fire would just get scared and go out on its own. Cafu, that's the soccer player, right? Cafu? C-A-F-U, right? Isn't he a soccer player?
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
I
thought Cafu was a soccer player.
Yeah, for Brazil.
Okay. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know it. Who is Glorilla?
The singer?
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. No idea. It just says Glorilla. Okay. Simu Liu? Know who that is? Simu Liu.
No.
Okay. Cody Jones. Who's Cody Jones? Kyle, you can turn your mic on for this. It looks like you know some of these people. You're younger. Cody Jones? No idea. Badshaw. Badshah. You know what Badshaw is?
Nope.
Okay. Andre DeGrassi. Well, isn't that like
DeGrassi? Duke?
Yeah.
Duke? Drake?
Yeah. That's how I know DeGrassi. Okay. Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Suns, is playing. God.
Dork.
Taylor Frank.
You know he's going to take it way too seriously.
100%, dude. He's going to look like that dude at the Y. He's going to have like Vaseline on his nipples. Taylor Frankie Paul. Isn't that one of our digital guys? Jason Williams, but I like how they put white chocolate in the middle so we know it's Jason Williams. Mustard. Okay, Mustard's the Kendrick Lamar guy, right? Mustard. What are you looking at?
Me?
You. Yes.
I'm looking at the
thing?
Yeah.
Okay, Mustard's the Kendrick Lamar guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you see him?
He's on the players for the...
He's on the players.
For the Anthony Anderson coached players, the blue team or whatever.
I see him.
Adrian Nunez.
Yeah, he's also in digital.
Oh, okay. And I know who Keenan Allen is. Nicholas Van Steenberg. Who the hell is that?
Doesn't he go to school with your kid? Oh, we're from the Van Steenberg family.
Simu Liu is the actor who played Shang-Chi and one of the
How many calls has your daddy given you?
You got to turn the camera on. It's sad, man. Okay, Simu Liu, I apologize because I've seen him in the Marvel movies. I know who that is. That's Shang-Chi. I know that. I know who that is. I don't know who the other people are. Who's not hot?
The Mavericks.
Oh, wow.
They lost that LeBron-led team last night. Listen to this.
Yeah.
They've lost 9 games in a row.
Might as well just fold the team.
Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
Imagine losing 9 games in a row.
Imagine losing the Lakers. I don't know how that feels.
Can't do it. Also, 10 years ago today, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon competed in the greatest dunk contest of all time. 10 years ago today. That's absolutely bananas. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll yell at professional sports teams or leagues. We'll yell at baseball and why they're screwed, and we'll yell at the NFL for being a bunch of dumb Karens and the fans losing it. That's why. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll explain next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Coach Christie here for Folsom Lake Ford, letting you know the President's Day Sell-a-thon is on. And with your approved credit, get 0% financing plus 0 down on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford today. FolsomLakeFord.com. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sac-Town Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. Come on, Bobby. Final hour of the week. Jason Ross back Tuesday. We're all off for the holiday. Coming up bottom of the hour, celebrity birthdays. And then Matt and Kayla and Crosstalk. What if Matt and Kayla will join us for celebrity birthdays as well? They're welcome to. Yeah. No, but hey, ask them, but also say no pressure. Like, if they don't need to come in a half hour early if they have, like, show prep. Show prep. What is that? Jason back on Tuesday. I will be back on Monday. So, Monday, a week from Monday. Okay. The Dana White, Don Geronimo story is not really a story, but fine. Fine. Get off of me, texters. I used to have Dana White on my night show all the time. This is when the UFC was first really starting, and it's not a flex. He needed publicity, and so why not come to a 9 to midnight show in Sacramento for all the publicity? Got to know Dana very, very well. He would be a regular guest, and back before, again, management didn't listen to this show, so we would do things like have full hour segments, and then we would break for like 12 minutes. That's just what we do. So Dana would often call randomly from his back porch or wherever he was, and he would just go on about the sport. They were great, great conversations. Some of you remember them. Anyways, I got tapped to go to mornings with Dawn in 2010, 11. And at one point, he asked if we could get Dana on the show. And I said, yeah, no problem. So I called Dana and said, hey, can you come on? Yeah. Well, I wasn't really, I was like Don's, I wasn't the Don and Dave show. It was Don, and I was kind of like the young producer, co-hosty voice that, he would make fun of a lot. And that's fine. I mean, that's radio. It's what it is. That was my place then. But Dana was kind of asking where I was. I wasn't really a huge part of the interview. And then I think at one point, my memory doesn't serve me well, but I think Dawn was messing with me. And then it turned into Dana and I kind of messing with Dawn. And then Dana and Dawn, I think, got into it on the air a little bit. And I think Dana was kind of defending me at that point. And I kind of ganged up with Dana on Dawn. It was great radio. But, boy, it was not fun after that segment. Oh, my God. I think Dawn ended up hanging up on Dana, and then I got completely chewed out because look, man, I'm never going to say anything bad about Don. I enjoyed my time with him. He was an absolute mentor of mine growing up, listening to Don and Mike, which I thought was the funniest show on radio. And getting to work with Don was an absolute dream come true. Even the whole fall off the stage and all the stuff that happened with him, like all the ups and downs, it was an absolute adventure. And to this day, there are things that I do in radio that are informed by my experience with Don Geronimo. But Don, for very good reason, and I hope he would take this with respect, Don had an ego the size of Canada. And by the way, Don was the number one guy in Westwood One for, like 25 years. He was making millions of dollars a year doing this show with Mike O'Mara. Doing that show with Mike O'Mara. And there's a reason he had a Canada-sized ego, because he was incredibly successful in the business. But, I didn't always take too well to that, so we kind of clashed. And then ultimately that's what led to my 1-year hiatus when the Kings were leaving, because the fight for the Kings had kind of taken over the show we were on. And Don was trying to do a comedy show, and that was a sports show with the Kings and stuff, and I was getting too involved in that, and they asked me to choose, and I did. I chose the team that was leaving, and I'm glad I did, because ever since then, boy, they've given us so much joy. Great decision. Yes, Camp, Don did do live broadcasts. Yes, and we used to do porch sitting. And yes, we had the greatest sponsorship of all time from Bisla's. Rest in peace, Bob Bisla. That was a whole different thing.
What, it came in handy yesterday.
Yes, Don had a bit where he would call the show from a turning lane in traffic. He would be Don would he would go out to his car and he would get into it and he would go drive and he'd get into like a left-hand turn lane where the light goes red to green. And the whole bit was he would sit there while the light turned green and he wouldn't move. And the idea was to see how long he would have to take before people behind him started honking. And then how many honks he would get before moving on. I mean, it sounds like an incredibly basic, dumb bit, right? It was hilarious. There are other bits he did, too, that we're not allowed to do anymore. Yes, my wife did call in after that, and she was a little scared as to what was going on. Yes, you guys all have
Shut the screen!
way better. Hey, say what you want about my wife, man. She can be a pain in my ass sometimes, but she does always have my back. The NFL says, we are pleased to report that the NFL prevailed in the grievance filed against the Players Association, challenging its practice of creating and publicizing annual team report cards. Now, if you're not familiar with what a team report card is from the NFL Players Association, they survey players on all kinds of different things, from locker room facilities to how they deal with family, to travel, to all that stuff. And then they make it public. And it's anonymous, but man, do teams not like it. Now, for example, here's your if you're not familiar with this, here's your categories: treatment of families, the food and dining area, nutritionist, dietitian, locker room, training staff, weight room, strength coaches. Okay, pretty this is all stuff for other players to look at when they're thinking about what teams to go to, and they ask members of those teams.
I want to say it was like the Cardinals were like one of the bottom ones.
We'll get to it.
Oh.
The Las Vegas Raiders, let me give you an example. Treatment of families, B+. Every other grade was an A, an A-, and 2 A+. Nutritionist, A+, weight room, A+. I mean, great grades for the Las Vegas Raiders, for example. So it's not like it's tied to record, obviously. The 49ers, B+ in treatment of families, and then mostly Bs with 3 more As across the board. All pretty good. You asked about the Cardinals. Treatment of families, D+. Food and dining area, D-. Nutritionist, B. Locker room, F-. Training room, D-. Training staff, C. Weight room, F. Strength coaches, C+. And the funny thing is when you look at the New York Jets, they had pretty much C's across the board, with the locker room getting a D+. Same grade as the Eagles locker room, for example. But reportedly, it's Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, shockingly, who complained about this the most. So the NFL filed a grievance, and they got these report cards shut down from a independent arbitrator. So petty, dude. That's Tom Petty. So here's the opening. I hope that, because I know The Athletic does some of these types of report cards for different things. I hope that The Athletic takes over for the NFL Players Association. I really, really do. I hope they take over for the Players Association and just continue to put these out. Because you know ESPN's not going to do it. You know ESPN ain't doing it, dude. Because they're in the pocket of the NFL. The Athletic absolutely could do it. And I really, really, really hope they do. Because that's cheap. That is cheap, dude. I'm not a player. I like seeing those. I want to know how my team does. I want those for the NBA. I want to know if my franchise that I root for is doing everything they can to attract players. I think that's valuable information.
I want to know if I'm a season ticket holder, if my thousands of dollars are going to improving the team.
Absolutely correct. Now let's get to baseball. Let's start with Major League Baseball is considering partnering with prediction markets, a move that would further tie the league to sports betting, all while 2 Cleveland Guardians pitchers face federal charges for an alleged pitch rigging scheme. So if you're Rob Manfred, it's absolutely the right move. You have 2 pitchers, not one, but 2 pitchers, and those are the ones that we've caught from the Cleveland Guardians that allegedly have been running all kinds of shenanigans when it comes to pitching balls and strikes. So what better way to solve that than get further in bed with prediction markets? If you don't know what those are, look up Polymarket, look up Kalshi. These are exploding. I mean, they really are exploding right now. It's an end around that they've found. Hell, Robinhood, the stock investment site, has this now where you can't bet on games, but you can buy contracts. So, like, if the Kings were playing the Thunder tonight, if I bet $1 on the Kings, I'll win $1.98. If I bet $1 on the Thunder, I'll win 2 cents for every $1 I bet. That type of thing. You're buying contracts. You're not betting on the games. You're buying contracts. Oh, my God. Thank you from the text line. I knew I forgot something. Yes, it's what completely set Dawn off when I was talking to Dana White. I told Dana that Dawn was, quote, the guy I'm doing a show with, which apparently was so absolutely offensive to Dawn. I'm the guy you're doing the show with? One of those. One of those where it's just, pull out the ruler, man. It ain't that serious. Well, in addition to that, in addition to the baseball, looking at those partnerships, we're also starting to get some information on how everybody's feeling about the upcoming labor issue. Now, remember, you're going to get a baseball season now. The contract doesn't expire until December of 2026. But barring some sort of insane change, which I don't think's happening, you're not getting baseball in 2028. At least. There's a chance they could come to a deal, but it's one of those, so you're saying there's a chance things. What do the owners want? They want a salary cap. And the players are so against a salary cap that Bryce Harper almost punched the commissioner in the Phillies locker room and booted him out of there because he was so offended by even the sniff of a salary cap. The problem for the players is that we're getting a salary cap in baseball. And I understand they have to drag their feet. I get it. But it's happening, and it's long overdue. Now, they will argue it doesn't help competitive balance. They will argue that it will only keep the monies to the top the top level players, and the middleman and the lower guys will get screwed. No. This is a complex situation, but it does not have to be. And what they really need to do is just follow in the footsteps of the NFL and the NBA to a point. You're going to have to tweak it a little bit for baseball, of course. but this could be good for the players. First off, deferred money goes away. What started as fun with Bobby Bonilla getting checks every July 1st until infinity has now turned to $750 million being deferred for Shohei Ohtani, which, by the way, if you put all that money into a regular yield bank account, where's that money going? I ain't going to Shohei Ohtani. You got to get rid of all deferred money. What you get paid, you can backload a contract, sure. But what you get paid is what you get paid. Secondly, you have to make it all tied to baseball-related income, and you have to open up the books. And if you got a problem with opening up the books publicly, which you shouldn't have a problem with that, you should open them publicly. But if you have a problem with that, then the Players Association and Major League Baseball can agree on a third-party arbitrator and NDA the hell out of them. And they look at the books every year. And you set it up just like you do with baseball. I would like to know right now, based on salaries in Major League Baseball, I would like to see a number as far as, I don't know if somebody's done this or not, what percentage of baseball-related income, that's tickets, merchandise, broadcast, all of it, what percentage goes to the players right now? Right now. And what you do is you take that percentage or you up it, or you just make it really simple. 51% to the players, 49% to the owners. Why do you look like that? What do you mean? You think that's too low?
Yeah.
You think it should be more to the players?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it won't be. And that's what they do in basketball as well. It's not popular to say that the foundation is more important than the players, but it is.
That's the thing, too, is when the owners try and put it on the players that, oh, they're making so much money, that's why your tickets cost so much.
No, I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that.
What they don't like saying is they play the players that much because they want to make as much money as possible.
That's exactly right. You have to tie it to baseball-related income. That's number one. Number two, you have to have a hard cap. But you also have to have a hard floor. That's the thing. The owners are not innocent in all of this. The John Fishers, the Tampa Bays, they're not. Hell, the Charles Johnsons in San Francisco, they could pay more. You have to tie it in. You're going to have to grandfather a lot of this because you're going to have existing contracts. You're going to have to grandfather it, of course. But the way the owners are going to be able to do this, you're going to have to illustrate to the players, guys, you're still getting the same income. Now, how it gets divided up is up to each individual team and player. Granted, if a team wants to spend a bunch of their cap on one player, well, there you go. That's the market. So you're not capping anything other than the overall salary for each team. But you also have to bring that floor up so that you can show the players, look, this is what players received on average over the last 5 years, counting for inflation and increases and all that. And under this new rule, they're going to get the same, if not more. But it's going to allow the Pittsburghs and the Kansas Cities and the Tampa Bays and the Oaklands /Sacramentos
/Vegas /Salt Lake City /Portland.
Yes. They're never going to have the same exact opportunities as the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets. But it makes it a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit easier. And if the players can't understand that, I've never been it's so funny. I'm not on the side of the owners. But their wants in this situation and my wants as a baseball fan are pretty damn aligned. In those it's like the enemy, your enemy is your friend type of thing. Like, I want players to make money. I do. But I want other teams to have a chance as well. And all you have to do is you have to look at the standings every year. And, yeah, they're going to point to the fact that the Milwaukee Brewers were 97-65 last year. They had the best record in baseball. But guess what, dude? Those blue chip players matter even more in the playoffs. And you got teams like the Dodgers that had the 5th best record in baseball last year because they're on cruise mode. It's 162 games. We're going to do what we do. We're going to win more games than we lose. We're going to get in.
Yeah, but Ohtani's only making $2 million.
Oh, yeah. $2 million today, $700 million in 5 years. Baseball's going to have to make some hard choices. And in this case, look, in any labor dispute, generally ownership is going to win over employee in most cases in sports because these guys can't hold out as long as the owners can. They can't do it. Now, baseball's the toughest one. Football owners always win. Basketball owners generally win with some concessions. I would say if you were to rank in the sports players getting screwed the most by strikes and having the least amount of leverage, number one by far, the NFL. The NFL Players Union sucks. They have no leverage. There's nothing they can do. The players basically have to take it and say thank you. And if they don't, they'll get locked out. And usually after about 2 weeks, everything's flooded with the story of NFL player missing mortgages, getting cars repossessed, blah, 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 blah. After football, I would say then it goes basketball, kind of in the middle. And the one where the players have the most is baseball. Those are the ones that's why you've had those super long stoppages, because generally those players can handle it a little bit more for whatever reason. They can hold out more. But this one's going to be ugly, man. This is really going to be ugly. Not to mention the commissioner's on his way out as well.
By far the worst commissioner in sports.
Easily. The whole commissioner system in baseball has been screwed since Fay Vincent. Fay Vincent was the last guy, and you can even make an argument there. Fay Vincent was the last time baseball had a real commissioner. And before that, Bart Giamatti. And before that, Peter Ueberroth. Those were actual baseball commissioners. Now,
I pay my taxes.
Now it's just the owner's rep. The office of the commissioner, the entire office of the commissioner was commissioned by Kennesaw Mountain Landis and the owners after the Black Sox scandal to put somebody in there that could overrule the owners for the integrity of the game. Somebody to oversee the game and the game's integrity. And once you put Bud Selig in there, the worst thing to ever happen to Major League Baseball, it was all downhill. We'll take a break. When we come back, What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. The celebrity birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. And then we'll get to Crosstalk and Friday Fun and Games before we turn it over to Matt and Kayla. We'll do that next.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at SactownSports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's Carmichael Dave wanting you to join Capital Casino every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. in a safe, friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Hey, Matt. How are you? You okay?
Can we just do what we want?
Sure. What's on deck? What are you watching this weekend?
Ooh.
What's on deck? Definitely not Carmichael Dave.
I'm taking full advantage of the fact that I don't have to watch Kings basketball, that's for sure. What else is happening this weekend?
The All-Star.
I don't.
You're
yeah,
gonna
exactly.
watch it.
No. I'm going to watch out of obligation, but not excitement.
We really have no reason to watch this time.
All those celebrities that are playing that we know?
I'm tuning in to watch Shams make his debut, his celebrity game debut that ESPN won't stop talking about.
Look, I like Shams, but I'm over ESPN.
I'm blocking. Sorry, Chris told me to keep moving the monitor. I'm blocking this because I saw something during the break. I don't want to show you guys. I want you to hear.
Okay.
Oh.
You're going to take this as a curveball. It's not.
Okay.
I need you guys to trust me for a second.
Okay.
I know that's a lot to ask.
No, I always trust you.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Kayla.
I don't trust
Hello.
you. Nice.
She's smart.
Nice face.
She hasn't been around long enough.
I'd like to play a clip. From ex-President Joe Biden.
Love it.
On government. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Right? I know, right?
I have a little tangent about this too, but
there
it is.
This is the greatest country, and this is the greatest experiment in governing and the greatest experiment in society building that's ever been attempted in the history of the world. I mean, what this is about was never even comprehended in the history of the world until 1776. When these founding fathers came up with this idea. And then it was founded on some premises that they weren't ready to achieve, and we still haven't gotten there yet, but that's...
Okay.
Well, probably wonder where I'm going.
Are you going to say rest in peace or something?
It's John Harbaugh. And I'm never going to unhear that.
What?
I'm never, ever going to unhear that. I'll continue here. Let me just go back. This is New York Giants coach John Harbaugh.
This country, and this is the greatest experiment in governing and the greatest experiment in society building that's ever been attempted in the history of the world. I mean, what this is about was never even comprehended in the history of the world until 1776.
Right?
When these founding fathers came up with this idea.
And
then
I
it was found
love John Harbaugh.
I'm just saying, I never heard that.
I was going to say, Biden sounds a little more spry than I remember.
Well, if I said, like, here's Joe Biden in 2008,
1893,
talking about blah, blah, blah government.
Yeah.
That's
then
what I thought.
You wouldn't have had a
1000%.
second thought.
1000%. I also do think you plant the seed, though, because it's like saying...
Yanni Laurel, yeah.
Like when you say the lyrics or something, then you only hear that. We had to do, at ABC 10, Tangent, we had to do around election season a full training of like identifying like deep fake and what was like, because they were making AI versions of president, like candidates' voices that would leave you voicemails and stuff. And we had to do a full on training as a news entity of how to identify what was real, what was fake. And that it was very, very trippy. So we should just listen to John Harbaugh, I guess.
I'm never going to unhear that now. I'm never going to unhear John Harbaugh as...
I wonder if someone's asked him that. Like, have you ever gotten that you
They
sound
will
like Joe
now.
Biden?
It's going to be a thing.
President Biden.
So bizarre.
Did you hear it and say, wow, that's Joe Biden?
No.
Or did you see the internet say
I
it
saw the
sounds like
internet
Joe
say
Biden?
it, and I played the clip, and I went, oh, my God.
Gotcha.
But the seed was planted.
The seed has been planted.
Anyways.
But it's true.
Yeah. And we just found out Kayla doesn't trust me.
I mean,
You've known me forever, and you trust me.
Listen, I never know where you're going to go, but I know
We'll land the plane.
We're going to get there.
We're going to land the
You got to build my trust, babe.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
I don't trust many
I bring
people.
in trail mix.
I used
the wrong
to
one.
when I board opt for Dave and Katie years ago, Katie
Mm-hmm.
Christensen. I used to just
What is this, elementary school?
I used to just get in and we'd turn on the mics for the first segment and Dave would just take us on a journey wherever we went. And I learned to just look forward to the first segment.
Psychedelics or
Lots
something.
changed since then.
Lots changed since then.
I don't work there anymore. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
work
our
with you anymore.
You never worked on the night show, though, right? I've
No,
asked you this before.
I was a child during the night show.
I was hearing some of your stories
Yeah.
about that.
Genuinely, I would listen to the show before bed, and I shouldn't have been.
Well, that's scary. Did you ever go to sleep?
Yes.
He put you to sleep?
So my voice puts you to sleep?
Well.
At times? Yeah.
Sean.
Sean. Yeah. Sean.
That's a late night show too.
That is
Was that Cunningham?
Yeah.
Sean Cunningham?
Yeah, you don't know Sean Thomas.
He was on with us earlier.
Because
Yeah.
I used to not be able to fall asleep unless there was some sort of noise in the background. And I still, to this day, if I can nap at home and the fam's not home, I'll turn on like a YouTube video or something and I'm out.
See, I can't do that.
Really?
If something's on, there's a part of my brain that's working on.
Even like golf?
So golf, episodes of The West Wing, things that are like relaxing to me or I've seen a billion times.
The Office?
That I can do. No, The Office, because then I'm like, oh, she threw the cat up in the thing.
You got to like look at it.
Yeah, I have to look.
A lot of people nap to The Office.
Yeah, I heard that.
My wife can fall asleep to anything, dude.
Yeah.
But she left the TV on last night downstairs. Hello.
Who's back there?
I don't know, but
Oh.
I did. Chris and Kyle. I was just saying.
Oh, I was like, did
I think
someone
when
pop
I
in
said
there?
my wife can fall asleep to anything, somebody gave me an eyebrow back there. So
When you walk into a solo show and you don't have Jason Ross to just save you, like rescue you, how nervous do you get? You've been doing this for a billion years. Do you get nervous that there's no Jason here?
No, I don't get nervous. And Chris will tell you when we started the show, I told the listeners, I said, hey, Jason's not here to pull me back. So nobody asks questions. They're going to send me on tangents. And I also acknowledge this is part of the 6 a.m. I said the problem with Chris is that Chris actually, like, I'm a dog and he'll throw little biscuits everywhere for me to chase.
See, I think Jason's an instigator.
Oh, he is absolutely an instigator.
Jason will just add a little, like, one sentence to a Dave tangent that he knows is going to send Dave deeper into the tangent. And then he sits back because he has the segment off.
Yeah, he just sits back with, like, the fire behind him.
And the little smile on his face. It's that everyone thinks Jason's this sweet little sweetie.
What was it he did last week, Chris, where he said it was a story? Remember, he's like, oh, that's not the story I thought you were going to tell. What about this story? And then wasn't it on Crosstalk?
Yes, it was Crosstalk about the party in a video that you shouldn't have shown. That was Jason. That was all Jason.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't here for that.
That was
you weren't?
definitely Cookie Crumbs.
But I won't tell it again. But you remember he was asking me to tell the story of the video.
Why did you tell it?
Why did I?
Because it's Dave.
Yeah. Any opportunity.
I'm an open book, man. Yes, any opportunity to talk about the
transparency is the best, man.
You know,
that's how I am too.
Set the screen. Best thing about being transparent and honest about everything is that you don't have to remember your lies.
Yes.
You can just What you see is what you get.
What's been really fun about working on the show with Kayla, because we never knew each other or met each other really before we started doing this show, is we're learning about each other on the fly.
Yes.
And something that I've learned about Kayla is she's got a button. Yeah. And you and I...
Yeah, you turn the mic on and off.
No, there's a gigantic red button with Kayla. And if you press the button, there is going to be explosions.
Oh, yeah.
But when you see the button, you attempted to press the button. And I've learned about Kayla, resulting to violence is a very quick thing
First
for
thing
her.
that I choose.
Where she told me if I was ever tired while running the Disney marathon to punch a mascot. Just punch a mascot.
Take him out.
Wow.
Or if
You're doing the Disney marathon?
No, I'm not. I'm saying if I were to do it. And she also talked about if you hit a golf ball near some geese and they like hiss at you while you're taking your swing, just hit the goose in the neck with a golf club. I was like,
wow.
Why not?
I mean,
why not? It's perfectly normal to her.
It's just goose. It's just goosing.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
He's hissing at me, and he's going to make me fear for my life. I'll make him fear for his.
Do you golf? No.
I covered lots of golf in my career, which gave me no time to actually play the game. Now, I've gone to a range. I can swing the club.
I bet she'd be good at it.
Yeah.
I played softball, so it's a little different when you change your swing.
Yeah, you're
That's
slower,
always been a little more
Yep.
difficult for me to adjust that, but I do enjoy golf.
Yeah.
It is actually nice having Kayla, like how you get to learn stuff and we learn stuff, but also like everybody else on the station, like Whitey's been here since 1918.
Yeah.
Jason Ross got here around Nixon.
Yeah.
I got here, around Clinton.
Yeah.
You've worked here a long time.
Like those other ones were fake, but that was real.
100%. Even Alan's been here long enough.
Yeah.
So it's like we have new person.
She's the curiosity. The curiosity all goes into what's Kayla going to say or do.
Layers on the onion.
Yep.
It's a lot of onion layers.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Onions do not go well with crumble cookies.
And they hurt your eyes.
Yeah, they do. I have one of those little gadgets in my kitchen I was using last night to chop onions. Have you ever seen it? You lift the lid, you put the peeled onion in, and then you
Is that helpful?
Well, yeah, because it's a little metal grate that it dices them into a little plastic.
By the way, you owe me that egg thing.
I do.
You need to send me the link at least.
Thank you. I do. No. I'll send it to you.
I was working on that.
Have you ever taken a bite out of an onion?
No.
People do that, and I've never seen it. It's
No, they make my. They do. Kayla's right. Like my eyes, and I don't know how to stop it.
I know. You know what's another trick, you guys? I do think it helps is you wet a paper towel and you put it on your cutting board. And
really?
I think it's helped when I've made things in the past.
People just don't eat onions. They suck.
No, what?
They're good for
They're great. Onions
certain
He doesn't like soup, remember, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I forgot about
put
that.
it in a sauce. That's about the only thing you use
spaghetti?
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Carmichael Cookies. Christopher Lott. Friday Fun and Games coming up.
On this day, in what year did the movie 50 First Dates come out?
Ooh, Adam Sandler.
That is a good one. And Jennifer Aniston?
I'm gonna.
No. Mila Kunis?
No.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
There you go.
There it is.
They had a 51st date?
Yeah.
That means you had to have 50 before that.
Wait, you don't know what that movie is? Oh, okay.
Good one.
2000?
I'm gonna say 2003.
2004?
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Kayla, 2004.
Woo! Let's
All right,
go.
let's change it up a little bit. Let's go with, on this date, in what year did the movie The Wedding Singer come out?
See, you put the onion in, and then it chops it down, and it puts it in that little bowl right there.
That's spectacular.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. What movie? The Wedding Singer?
Yes.
Adam Sandler.
Drew Barrymore.
90. Wow, that is really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think they did blended as well.
Did they ever?
Get together?
No.
Yeah. Allegedly or for real? What do you think?
I mean, he's not my cup of tea. I don't know if, maybe Drew, maybe she liked him.
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. 1998. No. 1996.
1998.
1997.
We have another correct answer, and it goes to Matt George, 1998.
1998, huh?
Appreciate that, huh?
Were you born, Matt?
Happy
I was
birthday
4.
today to Coach Krzyzewski, Coach K. How old is he today?
Spell it.
KRY.
It's true. He's probably right.
Z-E-W.
That is hard.
Yeah,
S-K-I. I think I missed another Z in there.
I have no idea.
Hold on. Are you bringing it up? Okay. K-R-Y-Z-E.
Already off.
Damn
And
it.
there's an H, right, Chris? Or
No H.
No H either.
K-R-Y.
No.
Dang.
What?
Just
I said no.
Is it K-R-Z?
Yes.
Y?
Yes.
Z?
Yes.
E-W-S-K-I.
Got it.
Damn it. I always mess that up.
It's pretty good, Dave.
Krzyzewski. Coach K is 79.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he is that old.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I wonder if he's let the hair go gray yet.
77 for me.
I'll say I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say 72.
We have a correct answer.
It's not me.
It goes to Carmichael Dave,
wow.
79.
Coach K expert.
He's
Not a good
almost
birthday
80.
day. Let's end today with Randy Moss. How old is Randy Moss today?
And beat cancer earlier this year.
He did.
He
Yeah.
got mossed.
Got mossed.
Cancer got mossed.
Second
right.
best basketball player at his high school.
Yeah.
Behind.
Wow.
We are. Marshall.
High school.
High school, West Virginia.
Do you know anyone that played basketball in West Virginia?
No.
Mountain Mama.
Wow.
They
You know
have
any-
so many good athletes in West Virginia, by the way.
Anyone
Football.
who played basketball in West Virginia in high school on the same team as Randy Moss. I'll give you a hint.
Should I know this? Probably.
His nickname
Oh,
rhymes with
Vic?
No.
Schmite Plocklet.
What?
I didn't know what
My
that meant.
goodness.
I know the answer and I don't get what you're saying.
White chocolate. It rhymes with white chocolate.
Oh.
Randy Moss played with Jason Williams.
Oh,
You should know.
he's in the All-Star game.
You're the Kings guy.
He signed with Nike apparently or something.
He did.
recently.
Huh.
Yeah, I actually reached out to him with Jason gone.
Wow,
our
cool.
Jason. I reached out to him last night to.
Cool flex, brother.
How is that a flex?
I just reached out to Jason Williams.
I said, hey, it's Dave. Got a few minutes tomorrow morning for me. Just want to catch up, talk about Nike, what you're up to. And he said nothing.
I was going to say, did he not respond?
Nope. When he needs tickets, he
Yeah.
texts me.
55 Moss.
And I tell him, I'm not the guy to get you tickets. You know everybody else.
That's one of my pet
Legitimately.
peeves is the ticket thing
I
in our
have no
business.
idea.
Cannot handle that when people ask.
Randy
Moss.
Randy Moss is 49.
55.
48.
We've got a correct answer. Carmichael Dave,
Dude,
49.
I am the best. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the week, hand it over to Matt and Kayla. It is Friday Fun and Games.
Yay.
Coming up next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options. Heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection, plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Many driving ranges have turned to hitting mats, with many of them using mats year-round. But according to Golf Top 100 teacher Martin Chuck, hitting off mats can give you a false sense of security, giving you the impression that you're a decent ball striker. There are a couple of ways to make sure you get the most out of your practice, and he shares them in Golf Magazine. First, approach the ball with purpose. Treat every shot like you would on the course. Stand behind the ball and visualize what you want the ball to do. Then walk in and go through the same routine you use during a round on the golf course. Second, try the towel drill. To make certain you aren't skipping the club head into the ball, place the towel a few inches behind the ball and try not to hit the towel on the downswing. This will help promote ball-first contact. If you disturb the towel, then you know you're hitting the ground too early. Ball first contact is imperative. That's your golf to go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
The Sacramento Kings are bringing fans one of the best ticket deals of the season. Now through February 16th, get tickets to any Kings game with no fees. Catch must-see matchups against the Warriors, Spurs, Bulls, and more, plus fun theme nights like Girls Night Out, Y2K Night, and Slamson's birthday. And you won't want to miss your chance to see your favorite Kings players take the court, like exciting rookies Maxime Reynaud and Neat Clifford. Head to kings.com/no fees today and grab tickets to any game with no added fees.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games.
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Friday Fun and Games. Friday Fun and Games.
Friday Fun and Games. No Jason Ross today. He will return on Tuesday.
Lazy.
And,
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He does so much that I can't even keep
Dave
track
loves L.A. Dave loves it.
Why? Every day.
And guess where Dave's going? Dave's going on vacation. Have you taken a day off yet since you started working here?
Well, no, because we're new.
You've been here half an hour.
Have I started? I haven't taken a day off
just got
either.
here.
Hey, during the All-Star break, we care about you on the Matt and Kayla show, so we'll stick with you and get you through it. Dave will go to a beach.
So will you? So are you cool with coming in at 6 a.m. then with Jason, and then just rolling in 10 to 2? Do you care about them that much?
What?
Yeah.
That's a long.
You can't.
stretch.
You gotta. I think you're first. I feel like you got to work straight through to like July.
Oh, okay.
That's
what I have to do.
That's when because don't you have to accrue days?
Probably.
Yeah.
Accrue.
I could just not show up.
Is that a cough?
No call, no show.
Yeah, no call, no show. Kayla would have the best show if I just didn't show up and Kayla could just off the.
That'd be fun. Yes.
It would just be 4 hours of telling stories of Kayla's book that will come out in 5 years.
Yes. Why 5 years?
Kayla will derail
That
the
takes
show
time.
with just little nuggets of stories, but she won't tell the full story.
Right.
I was gonna. No, that's not. Nope, that's not the right sentence. How do I say this?
Let it go.
Sounding terrible.
Nope, fire away.
See, he caught himself.
Okay, I was
I know.
originally
That's
going
good
to
for him.
say, does she have a little bit of me in her?
Yeah.
And obviously,
Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
didn't sound right.
What I'm saying is based on
Set the screen.
Thank you. Hello. Based on what you're saying and her performances in Crosstalk, I feel like she and I maybe share a similar attention deficit issue at times.
No, I wouldn't say that because she's very topic oriented. You're just out of left field. But Kayla has very interesting stories that she knows how to. She's like a Netflix producer. She knows how to end the episode and leave the cliffhanger and piss you off.
Then we are nothing alike.
Yeah. No.
I'll just ramble on.
You'll
for
just
5 years.
no, but Kayla will go
She
like,
actually
yeah,
has
this happened to me.
structure.
Anyway,
I do have
I'm like,
structure.
what?
And we'll tell you more when we come back right after this. That's a tease.
And then I tell them in the
And then they
break.
tell us during the break, and we can't share it, and it's the worst.
Friday Fun and Games. Christopher Lott is running the ship today. And Chris, what do you have prepared for us despite a little besides a little Herb Alpert music?
Well, Matt was bragging about how he doesn't have any off days, but he's got an off day on Monday because we will not be here for President's
Let's
Day.
go.
In your face.
Not me.
3-day
So
weekend.
that means it's our favorite game. We've got the All-Star game coming up.
Uh-huh.
We've got President's Day coming up.
Yes.
And it's your favorite game. G League player or presidential loser.
This is actually or presidential loser.
Yes.
Crazy.
Just to be clear, these aren't presidents that are also losers.
Okay.
These are people that lost their bid for the presidency throughout time.
So I will give you guys a name.
I love this.
I'll give, so it's Dave, Matt, Kayla, and Kyle over here. I will give you a name, and it's your job to tell me if they lost a presidential election or if they're a G League player.
Are we against each other or are we on a team?
I think
You're
we're
against each other.
Okay.
on the old night show, we had a game that Sean Thomas made up called.
I made up.
You made that up? Called Giants Farmhand or Founding Father.
I love it.
And honestly, it was incredibly difficult, much like this one.
We have Bobby Gerald on the show today. He would destroy
Crush this.
You think so?
He knows.
Yeah.
Yes, he knows all of them.
Chris, go ahead.
So this will be an easy one. Let's go with Myron Gardner.
Easy one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
G Leaguer.
Oh, is it all of us at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, I'll do presidential, whatever.
Yeah, I'd say G League.
All
right. Well, Matt's the only one out. Myron Gardner plays for the Sioux Falls Skyforce.
That's right.
Oh, so I'm out, period?
No,
just for this round.
I was like,
okay, I'll take the day
Everyone
off.
knows Sioux Falls Skyforce
Yeah,
is
duh.
Miles Gardner.
All right. Let's go with Jonathan Pierre.
Pierre. No one ran for the country with the last name Pierre, right?
Exactly.
Pierre.
Chris likes a guy named Pierre.
Well, that's why, or that's probably why he lost.
G Leaguer.
Yeah, G Leaguer. Point
presidential.
I'm going presidential.
Point guard.
Matt and Dave, you both get a point.
Go. Pierre. We know our Pierres.
Jonathan Pierre plays for the Capital City Go-Go.
Jonathan Pierre-Paul.
What a name.
Capital City Go-Go.
Wasn't Matt out?
No, I said we're keeping score.
Oh, I got you. Okay, we're keeping score.
So you're just trying to win.
I thought maybe I won.
That would have been it.
I won.
Jeez.
All right, next up we have Alton Parker.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
This is tough.
Alton. What could Alton be short for?
I'm going to say
in the-
G Leaguer again, dude.
I think so, too. I think it's G Leaguer. Ye old Alton.
I'm not. I'm going
I know
president.
Alton Brown.
I'm going president, man.
I'm going G League.
Well, three of you got it wrong. Kayla, you got it right.
Wow.
Alton Parker lost to Theodore Roosevelt in 1904.
Come on, didn't you know that?
That's right.
Theodore?
Son of a.
It just
What is
sounds like a
Alton
president
straight
kinda name.
short for Arthur? Or
Autonomy.
Yeah, something
All right.
crazy.
Next up we have Horace Greeley.
Whoa.
That is a 100% presidential candidate.
if
Horace?
there's a G Leaguer named Horace, you're
Horace.
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 Horace Grant.
I'm good at horse.
Oh, Horace Grant. Hey.
All right.
Yeah, but it's president.
Yeah, president.
Yeah, it's president.
Wow, you guys are really paying attention to the 1872 election.
Yeah, we are.
When Ulysses S. Grant beat Horace
Wow.
Greeley.
Yeah. Take that, Horace.
You
All
Horace.
right.
You Horace.
We have tiny breaking. Chris Paul has announced his retirement from the National Basketball
Not
Association
surprising.
CP.
21 years.
Okay.
All right. See you later, CP.
CP out.
Out. Back to you, Chris.
Daniel Richard Buey III.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
This sounds like a trap.
I know, right?
I 100% want to say presidential candidate. What? Say the name again, please.
Daniel Richard Buey III.
I'm going to say presidential candidate.
I think I'm going to go with that too. Like, what is a Buey?
This sounds.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Nah, Daniel knocks down corner threes like you wouldn't believe. He's a G Leaguer.
I'm going president.
Matt, congratulations.
Wow.
I know my Daniel. I don't know.
He plays for the
Washington Generals.
Mexico City Capitanes.
Oh, come on. You didn't say international teams were
That was
involved.
Kenneth Farid's team.
They're in the G League.
Right. Wow. Matt, Kayla, Dave all have two. Kyle, only one. Next up, we've got Alf Landon.
Al or Alf?
Alf.
Okay, Alf Landon. Alf Landon was actually lost to Millard Fillmore in the 1818 presidential election. I actually know this one.
I think Alf is an old school name, so I'll go president.
I think Dave is lying, but also he's right. So I'm going to say.
That's normal.
I'm going to say it's a president.
Well, I'm losing, so I have to go G League.
Well, guys, Dave is wrong.
Of course he is.
It was actually the 1936 election
Dave
when
loses
he
a point.
lost to Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
You lose a point.
No.
Yep.
No.
Kayla and I win.
I believe.
Victorious.
All right, so you guys are all tied. I am going to give you one name, and it's going to be a G Leaguer, and you have to guess which team that they play for.
Can we look up the teams?
We're going to go with Callentines.
Oh, isn't that tomorrow? Valentine's Day?
Oh, that's good. Nice.
I will say the Stockton Kings, if for no other reason, because I don't.
And we'll just go with who's closest.
Okay.
The Mad Ants. I don't remember where they're from.
I don't know any G-League team. I don't know G League teams.
Sioux Falls something.
Santa Cruz Warriors.
Yeah, Santa Cruz Warriors, Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I was going to say the Warriors
Something
G League team,
76,
so
yes.
that's what I'll go with.
I guess Matt's closer because he plays for the Delaware Bluecoats.
Delaware?
The Bluecoats are coming.
The first state? Delaware. Hi,
Interesting.
we're in Delaware.
We're in Delaware.
What's coming up on the show today?
Bobby Gerald going to tell us about draft picks. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball too, and going to have fun.
Okay, that's Matt. That's Kayla. I'll see you in a week. Jason back on Tuesday. We're off Monday. Bye-bye now.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings,